Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
I heard that. Damn it. Oh my God, what's going on, everybody? King Ricky Rose here, Willie T, and our special guest. That's not Kay Murphy, folks. Don't let that hair fool you. Kay is not going to be with us. We'll talk about that a little bit later when Jonathan is here with us. He is going to be our special guest for when we get this show started. We're not starting, actually. We are just BSing. What's going on, Mr. Frets? And, of course, the wettest ass Ucey, Taekwon. Taekwon, how are you doing, sir? How's
the wettest of all Uceys?
You are the wettest of all Uceys, Taekwon. You should be getting prepared for finals soon, right? Isn't that weird to say, like, he's getting ready for finals?
I can't read that.
We'll let that one speak for itself. Thank you, Taekwon. As we prepare for the show.
Jesus, Taekwon, you're supposed to be nice to our guests. For fuck's sake.
Oh, Taekwon.
Nah, it's so good.
Taekwon, you are such a Dave Chappelle. It's amazing. That's
Dave Chappelle.
That's who he reminds me. He reminds me of a young Dave Chappelle. Just saying stuff just to say shit.
Yeah. I know.
Did I see a picture of Taekwon? Is he? He's in our Discord.
He's in our Discord. He's on our socials. For someone who knows tech and everything, he's not really that active on social media. I think
there he is.
Yeah,
view profile. Oh yeah, no, he kind of looks like. He kind of looks like 50 Cent, just a little bit.
It reminds me like his personality.
I mean, the way he actually looks.
That's not a bad thing.
Oh man, I gotta
like 50 Cent before he got shot. And before he became a rap god and super in shape. Taekwon. What a great name. When he comes on, he's like, it's Taekwon, asshole!
It's trouble.
They're going to call me Taekwondo!
Should I break the news that I'm Hispanic?
Nah, let him guess. Let him guess.
Keep on guessing.
Yeah, keep on guessing. Oh my God.
So, Frets, this is Jonathan. Jonathan is a... I don't have a brain fart. He dates one of my friends from college, and we met up again at a wedding this past weekend. Both went to Hofstra, both frat boys.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just kind of like, oh, I podcast. What's your podcast about? Wrestling. He's like, oh, no shit, I'm a huge wrestling fan. It's like, well
you're in.
We became best friends. pretty much, it literally was like a scene from Step Brothers. It's like, he goes to jazz. You might want to switch seats.
It's funny because like I heard stories about him, but we never like crossed paths or anything, you know. Well, then again, frats are very territorial.
Yeah, like, it was brief. It was briefly here and there at Hofstra. We never like sat down and like had an actual conversation.
Yeah.
So it's funny how the world works. Wrestling brings people together. It also drives them apart if you're CM Punk.
Fucking Punk. Well,
Yo, CM Punk, I love that guy.
yeah, nobody else does. Nobody else.
Will's face. Just letting you know, I'm such a troll. So.
It's trust
That's
me.
fine.
I've been doing this
are
with Will
we.
for like what? 3 years?
So are we.
Oh, okay. So, well, he
man.
gave you the Taekwon. It is pronounced like Thai, so it's not it's Thai. Taekwon.
Taekwondo, baby.
Yeah, yes, but yes, Thai.
That's Taekwondo.
Taekwon dope.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give myself minus points for that one.
Yeah, yes, please do.
Oh, yeah, here. I love your dad jokes.
Oh, there's gonna be
And
more.
Mr. Fress is from Canada. He's the man. He's a science teacher.
He's our
He teaches science.
Nice.
he's not a science teacher.
He's not a science teacher. He does make
Science
amazing
and wrestle.
pretzels, though.
Supposedly, I've yet to
Allegedly.
yeah. We've never met Mr. Fretch, but in person.
One day.
Yeah, but he is a fan. He's also a member of our podcasting network. So
Nice.
yes, he does. I don't know if you ever watched. I don't know how long you've been watching wrestling, but his right now Fretz's kick on his podcast. He's going through the ruthless aggression era of WWE.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna do. Fretz and I are doing a show tomorrow. We're recording early. So Will, you will enjoy this as well. Fretz and I are going to review 2002 Survivor Series,
Oh, baby.
also known as the first ever Elimination Chamber match.
Elimination Chamber, yes.
I watched it over the weekend.
It's a great match.
That whole card was actually really good.
What else is on the card?
So it's right after the initial brand split. It's like the first major pay-per-view after the brand split. And so
Lord.
you had Spike and Bubba and Jeff Hardy kick off the show versus 3 Minute Warning and Rico. And then Devon comes in for the save at the end. So you get like a quick
Was
Dudley
that the
Review.
one where Spike hurt himself?
Maybe. I don't know. It was a wild match to kick off. You also have the first ever Big Show Brock match. This is when Big Show was like a huge deal.
It was humongous,
Yeah.
too. It's like Big Show's heaviest.
You also had the SmackDown 6 match, which was the triple tag match. Los Guerreros, Edge and Ray, Kurt and Benoit.
That was a great tag.
Yeah, triple threat tag
Great
match.
tag match.
There was an underrated women's match. It was the I made some notes. I was like, ooh, this is gonna. It's very yike. Victoria and Trish. That was actually a really good match.
Trish, yeah.
It was a really good match that no one in the Garden popped for.
Oh. Can I tell you something? I think that Victoria was extremely underrated.
I completely
Oh, hell yeah.
agree with you.
especially in that era where everyone idolized, like Trish and Lita. But it's kind of unfair that she doesn't even get remotely close to the recognition that she deserved because of how great she was for that era.
She was one of
Yeah.
the only females that could actually wrestle.
She was great in
Oh,
Impact.
absolutely.
She was great in
Absolutely.
TNA.
Yeah.
She had like the spider gimmick. I forget what her name
Oh,
was.
she wasn't it the Black Widow?
Tara.
Yeah, but I forget what her ring name was.
Wasn't it like Tara something?
Something
or-
like that.
It might have been Tara.
I think it was Tara. She's in OVW for like
WW.
it doesn't matter. I have a great picture with Victoria from WrestleCon in New York City. She gave me probably like my best series of photos from WrestleCon because she's really fucking dope and funny.
Yeah.
She's great. She was the Black Widow, I believe.
Yeah, it was Tara.
Yes.
Yeah, TARA.
Yes, the Black Widow. Oh yeah, we're also going to talk about the fake Forbidden Door that WWE has opened that the marks are going crazy about.
Oh, is that what New Japan?
Oh no, that's Pro Wrestling Noah.
Noah.
Oh, was it who's was it Shinsuke doing? Isn't Shinsuke doing
Shinsuke
something?
versus the Great Muta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's not the great. That's not the Forbidden Door, whatever the bullshit you want to make. That's just like okay, that's pretty cool. She mentioned just like, all right, I'll mark out for that too. It's fine.
All right, just one time, Don't tell anybody. Tell everybody.
Tell everybody. Don't tell anybody, but fucking tell everybody.
That's the Triple H way. Oh my god. So yeah, then we're gonna talk about all the shenanigans at Crown Jewel. And by the way, Will, did you see that SmackDown segment?
Oh, thank you, Smack and Raw. I do look fantastic. I did watch, dude. The Ucey, watch them break character made me so. I laughed in my chair so loud.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I saw it online and then I watched it on Hulu. I was like, oh, it's even better on Hulu. I laughed so hard. It was
on
excellent.
Raw,
Excellent.
the entire crowd started chanting Ucey when Roman came out.
Yeah. Dude, did you see him do it backstage too? Like, I think it was like when the backstage announcer was like, "Sammy, where you guys going after this?" He's like, "We're going to Waffle House," and they broke character again. he's like, "Guys, I'm buying." Jimmy's just like he's losing it in the back, and Jay's just breaking character. He's like, "I do like Waffle House." He's like, Sammy's like, "I know it's open 24 hours, but like we gotta get over there."
It's so bad.
But did you see after I think it was on Raw after he like punched the Miz and he cut like one of those ad lib promos.
Oh, when he's walking back to the ring.
It really showed like his progress through the years. Like that was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, well, did you see that when he was like, "This, I'm tired of this shit. I own this shit. This camera's mine." He like shook the camera.
Yeah, that was great. He's just like, dude, like, why does everyone think I need help fighting Logan Paul? He's had 3 matches. It's just like, well, it's a good point. It's a good point, Roman. You're not wrong here.
Oh my god, it was so good, so good.
Let me get the music cue.
Oh, by the way, I figured out why they took Sheamus off of TV.
I'm married.
Yeah, did you see the photos?
Yeah.
I did. Dude, watching Rusev and Cesaro in a kilt was really funny.
They're all in kilts.
Dude, for a second, because I looked at pictures, like, oh, are they in Jersey? I'm like, no, they're in Brooklyn. That's New York's back.
Honestly, I had the same questions. It's like, wait.
It was like the brick in the fence. It's like that's what the Jersey Pier looks like. But then the buildings just look like gross. I was like, oh, that's New York. From
Could
the back.
you?
Jersey gets the front facing part of New York
Could
City.
you imagine, just for an instance, if all of those motherfuckers were taking pictures on your pier, Will? In Hoboken, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm like not off this week, but Jill's in Singapore, and I'm not in Singapore, so like my schedule is light. I would have been down there.
Will would have had his own photo shoot.
No, actually, no kidding. Although I think it was what they probably got married this past weekend.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, I was in Boston for another wedding. So
I will say I've seen when I went to Dallas this year for Mania, and Drew McIntyre showed up for some impromptu photo ops and stuff. Drew's a big boy.
Yeah, he's humongous. Remember we saw him at Evolve?
Yeah, I was like, holy crap. Drew is a massive man.
And it's funny because when he was the Chosen One, how like skinny he was like a toothpick.
Yeah, a little baby face.
He was still big, but he wasn't. He was big, but he wasn't yoked.
Did you ever hear a story about how he
yeah.
got his ring name?
McIntyre? No.
Drew McIntyre. So like it was Stephanie helped him with it. Apparently Stephanie had like a book of just random names. He was like, oh, it's TV's. Literally picked it out of a book of random like Irish or Scottish names.
It's like how Childish Gambino did it from a name generator.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got his rap name from like an online random name generator.
That man is fucking brilliant.
Dude, I'm a big fan of Donald Glover. The man's so talented.
Do you ever listen to his albums?
I agree.
Yeah. Gambino? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great.
His albums are fucking unreal.
He's one step away from Jimmy Fox. He just needs to stand up. I know he's funny, but I don't think
he also needs a standout role in Hollywood.
Yeah, he doesn't have one. He's a good actor, but he doesn't have like his own role.
Childish Gambino name came from a Wu-Tang name generator. I've listened.
Was that Taquan?
Yeah, that was Taquan. Taquan would know that.
He was a villain in one of the Spider-Man movies.
He wasn't. Right? He's supposed to be a villain. He's supposed to be Miles Morales' uncle, who is a villain in the Spider-Man lore. They just didn't reveal that it was Miles Morales' cousin. Or
Yeah,
not,
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales is coming, it's his uncle. So Childish Gambino's playing Miles' uncle.
Yeah.
Miles Morales drops on PC in 2 weeks.
You are going to have so much fun.
It's $50.
It's worth it. I'm telling you that right now.
I know it's worth it, dude. I'm gonna buy both of them. They're both on the PC.
I'm playing through the original one right now, and it's so good.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I can get my graphics card and I can do ray tracing, Ray Romano tracing. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah, ray tracing is definitely worth it. And you know the third one's going to be coming out soon too.
What, the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's another Spider-Man
It's
game.
It's gonna be Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and your big bad is Venom.
Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played on the PS4, the original one.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Well, on PS5
Absolutely
they
incredible.
remastered it for PS5, and that's how I'm playing it.
Yeah. Incredible.
I
All right, let's
I
get
got
the
a
show
PS5.
started.
The late night Waffle House hand jobs paid off. Oh man, there is a. I was watching a Trevor Noah skit, which I'm very upset that he's leaving. But he talks about.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's been there for 7 years. But he talked about.
He is dating Dua Lipa.
He's dating Dua Lipa.
You didn't know that?
Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. That pose don't deserve that puss. Come on now.
You didn't know?
What happens?
I had no idea.
What happens when you're funny?
It's true. What happens when you're funny, man?
Yo, facts. That's the quote of the night right there.
What happens when you're funny?
It does work. From someone who's funny, it works.
Yeah. It's what happens when you're funny. But no, in the skit, because he's touring places, because he did the Daily Show from Atlanta, and in the skit, one of his correspondents forgot who he is, forgot his name. And he's like, "Oh wow, I'm so excited to go to Waffle House, blah blah blah. It's like 2 a.m, but we're gonna go to Waffle House." And he's like, "How come we're not going in?" He's like, "Wait, we gotta wait for the fights. It's 2 a.m." He's like, "But I just want the food." He's like, "No, you want the full Waffle House experience." A fight's gonna break out. Don't worry. Oh man. Okay. So hold on. Let me pull up my intro card of things I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you have it written out this week, loser?
well, no. It's really. I don't have my ad lib written out. I just have the generic stuff that you read in the description written out.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because part of the stuff I write, some of the stuff I ad lib. Usually, the last part is the ad lib.
Yeah, the ad lib is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jonathan, we're gonna hear Music Bed. He does a live intro. Read
Boom.
into the actual intro, and then we do our live intros over the music, and I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
How you say your last name? Valerio?
Valerio, yeah.
Valerio.
Yeah, don't mess up.
Dude, I always
He'll
mess up.
probably fuck this up.
That's my worst part with being a podcast host. I fuck up names all the time.
Yeah, he will definitely fuck this
Oh,
up.
man.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
I'm gonna start rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, we can't think of a better way to kick off the early holiday season than by predicting a premium live event in Saudi Arabia. We take a deep dive into this weekend's crown jewel. Plus, the PWI Top 150 Women's List is released, and is Shinsuke Nakamura kicking down his own forbidden door? We will find out. So please put down that candy that you took the day after Halloween, right after you came from voting, and sit back and relax, because it's the 314th episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, with our special guest. And it starts right now.
Ah, sweet little Ucey pie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, let that Halloween candy fly.
Yeah, man, yeah. Just
Oh,
Yeah, just put the blades on the fentanyl to the side, and stay conscious for it all.
You have fentanyl? It's got a USB port.
Oh, yeah, you missed out. I got the good stuff over here in New York, baby.
It had the coordinates to Epstein's island on it.
Oh.
I don't know what I should do with it.
Give it to the people putting brain chips in the vaccines. That's all you got to do. They'll know what to do with it.
That might cost me $1 trillion lawsuit with me and Alex Jones on trial for $1 trillion.
I would be a character witness for you and totally throw you on the bus. Be like, he's guilty.
Oh, for sure. Totally guilty. 100% guaranteed.
Throw you on the bus in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 314, the Uceyest of the Juicy. I am your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T. No DK Murphy, as you can see, as we bring into our transitions, which I forgot to change, but DK Murphy is out on assignment or for something, so technically K Murphy is
They got
missing.
a meeting.
Yes. So instead of Kay, we have Jay Valerio right here. So before we get into all of that and we talk about Jay and all that fun stuff, look at Jay, look at that in Kay's video right here. It's great.
That set up.
I thought I did have it set up, but hey, it is what it is. It's perfectly fine. You do look.
Let's hope that is. I like the royal factor. What's my royal factor?
What is your royal factors? We got to know. What is your royal fact? That is your royal fact. There it is.
Yo, what is it? Apparently has what?
Apparently has friends.
Yeah, apparently. They tell me. It should have been, dude. We had a full prime rib at the wedding this weekend. A full fucking piece of prime rib. It was unbelievable.
You gotta wait a full prime rib?
Yeah, like a whole piece of like weddings they usually do like little portions for the actual meal.
Yeah.
No, it's a full ass piece of prime rib. It was huge.
Really?
Yeah, it was dude, I'm telling you, the best food I've ever had at a wedding. Most weddings have been kind of like disappointing in terms of food. That in my experience, but this wedding, on. So the welcome drinks was on Friday night.
Okay.
But they did it at a steakhouse in Quincy, which is first off great choice. It was like a steakhouse Italian place in Quincy.
Yeah.
And they did the rehearsal dinner right before it.
Okay.
So they did a rehearsal dinner. Then at 7:30, everyone else comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But after they had just eaten dinner, they brought in so much fucking food. They brought in sushi, like 3 different types of sushi, wings, jumbo shrimp, actual shrimp, pasta, meatballs, bar pie, meat and cheese, and fruit platters. Like, this is after half the people already there just ate a full meal.
That's gross, dude.
Like, plus the open bar. This is the welcome drinks, Ricky. The fucking welcome drinks. The next day of the wedding, we're bussed in school buses from the hotel in Braintree to the venue in Hingham, which was like a 25-minute ride.
Okay.
The ceremony was 25 minutes, straight to open bar, meat, cheese, food, hors d'oeuvres, like, scallops and bacon, like short rib grilled cheese, regular grilled cheese, rice balls, little egg rolls. And from there you go and had a full prime rib. I mean, god damn.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
Wow. It was it was amazing. The best food. The wedding was nice too. But
I hope it was.
Food was out of this
I hope it
world.
was. Do you want to introduce our guest, sir?
Yes, so our guest today is a man we met at the wedding. Jonathan Valerio. I say it right, Jonathan? I said it right.
You did, yes, you did.
Yeah, I said it
Got
right.
something right, finally.
Yeah, thank God. So, Jonathan, you were also at the wedding. I hope your experience was as good as mine. We bonded over wrestling, as most people do.
True.
Yeah. I mean, that wedding was fantastic. I mean, 4-hour drive up to Boston for the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, the hors d'oeuvres, the appetizers were amazing. The dinner was great. Cake was good. Dancing was the best. The drinks were great. Can't complain. You guys talk about wrestling over the weekend? I mean, I'll take that any weekend.
Yeah, and it was literally in my hometown. It's just like, I know where we're from.
Yeah, he's like, I went to school down the road. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, my high school was literally around the corner from the hotel.
Wow.
Didn't go. Fuck that high school.
Yeah, should happen in your partner as well. Now we've got all of our pleasantries out of the way. It is time for the big thing that we do. Since Jonathan, you are a first-time guest on the show, I'm going to have Will lead us in something that he started way back when that we have no appropriate name for, actually. In the 5-6 years that we've been doing this show, we don't have any other creative name than just...
It's the first guest game!
Than the first guest game.
First guest game!
What we do have is creative little opener, like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. So pretty. The first guest game.
All
right. So it's very simple. It's just these are the questions every wrestling fan needs to have the answer to. So the first question, the first guest game, Mr. Jonathan, is how did you get into wrestling? What made you become a fan?
So when my grandparents came to this country, it was like the 70s or 80s. So they used to watch it on TV because, wrestling used to be on like that, the free channels that everybody used to have. So they started watching that, and they actually went to Madison Square Garden to watch Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan was extremely popular worldwide, especially in Dominican Republic. So that then transitioned out to my parents, my cousins, and honestly, it was my cousins who got me to start watching wrestling. And I just never stopped. I mean, they stopped, but I just kept watching it. And then I tried to get other people to watch wrestling too. And they're like, "What the fuck? You're a loser." I'm like, "No, this is cool,
All right, excellent. Yeah, excellent. Favorite wrestler of all time and favorite wrestler currently?
Ooh, all right. I'm a little biased because I grew up watching this guy. I know everyone grew up in the Attitude Era, but my all-time favorite was probably Randy Orton.
Hell yeah!
Wow, great answer.
Great choice.
Legend killer Randy Orton. I'm talking
we're talking. Hey, nothing you can say. That Orton.
Hey,
Fuck yeah. That is the best Orton.
Yes.
You're correct. You're correct.
Oh my God. His transition from Intercontinental Champion to World Champion, defeating Triple H and whatnot, that was a great storyline. I mean, they kind of messed up his world title run, but that's just my opinion. I think they should give him a longer one, but I would probably say him. And you said current, right?
Currently,
who's your favorite person?
Right now? Oh man!
By the way, Taquan for some reason is smoking you in the chat, and it's hysterical. I don't know why, but Taquan's just going off. Taquan said I thought he was going to say Savio Vega.
Looks like an in-between of dark skin and white Sammy Sosa.
Jeez, man, this guy's killing me.
I don't know why.
Currently,
my fictional pussy's getting moist to the mention of all that food.
Who's your current favorite wrestler?
Oh, man. I mean, I love the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Everybody else loves him. But for myself, personally, I think it's the underutilized Dolph Ziggler. I think
How dare you? How fucking dare you?
I love Dolph Ziggler.
Wow, no one tell Nikki Skywalker about that comment.
No one tell anybody that. Dolph Ziggler sucks.
No, what? No,
dude. All right, we're gonna bring this up again.
Is this the Oscar bait argument?
Yes, fuck yes, the Oscar bait argument. So you know why Dolph Ziggler sucks? Because he wants so hard just to he tries too hard, and he kind of got far. In the end, it still doesn't matter. I know. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler sucks. He's like, it should have been me. I'm acting hard, emotion, passion, and he sucks at it.
He's still better than his brother.
Ziggler.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Ziggler can get a better promo than 80% of the roster.
No. He can't though. He just tries to. He tries to think he can. I've never been happy that someone got a concussion until Dolph Ziggler got a concussion.
No, you're ridiculous.
That's terrible.
I will say this one thing about good old Dolph Ziggler, and it's going to be probably close to Jonathan's argument. But name a bad Dolph Ziggler match.
Oh, you can't. I'll give him that. You can't do that. Again, Oscar bait. He's trying so hard. He sells so hard for that recognition, that Oscar, and he doesn't get it.
Listen. He is a former NXT champion, which I still can't say with a straight face.
I forgot. I totally forgot that happened. That was probably what made me stop watching NXT altogether. Dolph Ziggler's on it. Fuck this show.
NXT champion. He's like a championship away from being a Grand Slam.
Yeah, he's not going to get it either. He's going to lose to Baron Corbin.
I don't think he won the. He didn't win the U.S. I believe.
No, he did. He's won the U.S.
Did. Yeah.
Did he not
He
win?
might not be a tag champ.
No, he's definitely a tag champ. Dirty Dogs.
That's right. He might be. I think he is a Grand Slam.
Did he win
then.
the IC? He definitely won the IC, right?
Yeah, him and Miz went back and forth at the IC.
So he is a Grand Slam. Never mind.
He is a Grand
He's
Slam.
a Grand Slam. He's going to the Hall.
He won the U.S. title with Vicky. He was with Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, okay.
Future Hall of Famer Dolph Ziggler, you know?
No, he is a Hall of Famer. That's what I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying he fucking sucks. But you know what? The Bushwhackers also Hall of Famers.
Listen, don't you hate on the Bushwhackers?
Hall of Famers.
All right, let's move on.
No, I cannot stand this Dolph
All right,
Ziggler.
so Dolph Ziggler, man. I didn't think I was gonna get so heated so early in this podcast, but here we are. And it's only been 12 minutes. It's been 12 American minutes. The fuck. All right. So next question, the first guest game. Your favorite match of all time?
Favorite match?
That's a tough one, I know. But
Yeah.
You can name two or three. It's always that's tough. It's tough to put that on the spot.
Oh man, this is really tough. Oh. One would be Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar, No Way Out.
Amazing.
Great match. Great match.
Randy Orton versus who shall not be named in SummerSlam 2004, I believe. That was an amazing match.
Wait, he who shall not be named.
Is that Benoit?
Oh, okay.
I didn't know.
No, we can say Benoit.
That was a great match.
He didn't work for us.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's see. All right. So, Will, you're gonna hate me on this one, but this is personally one of my favorite matches. No. Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. I think it was bragging rights. 2012.
Oh, the bragging rights card? Wow.
Damn.
And it was great. My personal favorite, because those are two of my, probably some of my favorite
Why do I
wrestlers,
feel like the
and
bragging...
going back and forth?
Yeah, why do I feel like the bragging rights... Sorry about that. Why do I feel like the bragging rights match was featured in like a 2K showcase with Daniel Bryan?
I think it might have been. I mean, the problem with the bragging rights, I feel like,
It's just Survivor Series.
yeah, it pretty much was like a joke, but they had some great matches on, some of those cards. So
I like the trophy. The trophy they went the end. It's like a Stanley Cup.
I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good idea if they just did it at Survivor Series.
Because that's literally what Survivor Series is.
That's what Survivor Series is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Survivor Series has a cup on the line. That'd be cool.
Well, now we have war.
Yeah.
Now we have war games, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, War Games. That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so mad we're not going to War Games. Well, I'm not going to War Games in
You're
Massachusetts.
not. You're not going to war games.
It's in my hometown, and my mom won't let me go because it's fucking Thanksgiving.
It's 2 days after. It's 2 days after.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there on Thanksgiving Day, though. So that's the problem. If I was there on Thanksgiving Day, I'd be there. But that's my second Thanksgiving, all right? It's like second breakfast. You got to have it. All right. So the next question is, if you were a wrestler, what's your finisher, bitch? Describe it and give it a name.
Yep.
I don't understand why you didn't give me these questions before the show started.
We did.
Oh, we did.
It was like 5 minutes before we went live, but we still gave it to you before.
Well, dude, typically your best answer is one that comes off the top of your head. So.
Oh man. Shoot. Reminds me of like one of those, like like when the WWE games where you could like create your own
False N-word passes.
Saquon, I don't know what you ate or drank, but keep doing it because you are unreal right now. You're absolutely unreal. I love it.
Yeah, he's this man. Another POC came on before him.
He's probably right.
Dude, I feel like a heel right now. Like all these guys just hate me for no reason.
Good, dude. Heal it up, man. Tell Daquan to suck dick. I don't care.
This fucking guy.
Listen, he's a freshman in college. He's the world's his oyster at this point.
No, it's not. Debt is his oyster.
No, but it's not until after college. It's not until 6 months after he graduates.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
So.
Oh man.
So like, I don't know. I think it's a question that most wrestling fans like. If I was a wrestler, mine would be a power bomb, some sort of power bomb, because I love Batista bombs.
Yeah.
But people have already done it though. Like you.
So You can
And
do
so
a
it's
you
kinda-
can do a choke slam and call it the dick flick for all I care. That's your finisher.
Yeah, but don't you want to do something unique? I mean, if
You
something
could, it could be a top rope move. It could be a submission. Like mine would definitely be it would be a pedigree position into a power bomb. That would be mine.
Oh, so it's a butterfly.
Sure.
I know what it is. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like I'd lift him up and then try and like do like a spin him and then power slam him.
Oh, okay. So in the pickup, it's almost like you're spinning him.
Yeah.
God, I know what you. I know what you're going for.
It's a pedigree into a sitting power bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess mine would be similar to like an RKO, but like pretty much you like throw them against the ropes and you follow them, and as they come back, I guess you run from behind and RKO them with the momentum.
On the rebound,
That's
it's a rebound RKO.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Cool.
that is
Yeah.
actually really fucking dope.
I saw off the top of my head.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
essentially a rebound RKO, which is pretty cool. That's a cool visual.
What would you call it?
I had a shining star or something like something similar to like that.
Shining Star. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Shining Wizards and
Alright.
Shining Star. It works out.
How we going to
Uh,
wrestling? Wrestler currently match.
Oh, we're up to our favorite
Finisher.
one.
Our favorite question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the secret question. So the
Oh,
final
God.
question of the first guest game. Now you're not allowed to ask questions. You are only allowed to say one or the other. It's an A or you can say A or you can say B.
Yes, it's red or blue pill essentially.
Are you team? Are you team Slack or are you team fuck you Slack?
Team Slack or Team Fuck You Slack?
Mhm.
Yeah. Not and I'll give the one question I'll answer. It's not the chat platform.
Yeah, it's not the chat platform now.
Slack is a fan. So you team Slack or you team fuck you Slack?
Oh, I'm Team Fuck You.
There we go.
Yeah, everyone's team fuck you Slack.
There we go. Yes.
I don't know everyone immediately gets the joke with no context.
Yes.
I think we've had one, maybe two members of Team Slack, and I'm kind of in and out.
Yeah, it depends on Will's mood. Depends on Will's mood. Well, thank you, Jonathan.
All right, that is the first guest game, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jonathan for doing the first guest game. That was a lot of fun. I love that.
Yeah,
game.
no, it's been one of the more entertaining first guest games that we had. Also,
I'm so glad I got to shit on Dolph Ziggler for like 3 minutes.
Claire's first guest game was cool too because she had that weird way of looking at WWE and AEW. It's just like, wow, no one's ever said that before.
Yeah, from a complete normie perspective.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Fretz moved over to Team Slack because he met him at AEW. So
That's fair.
fine.
That's fair.
I,
Yeah, Fretz, we got to talk about that. What actually happened? Like, what actually happened that night?
Oh, God. I went to a Grand Slam in September.
Yeah, Grand Slam. That's pretty nice. But let's get back to the show. All right. So before we get into Crown Jewel and all of the shenanigans that is going to entail with all of our banter, we do need to talk about something. We do need to talk about this one thing that came out right after we ended the show last week, and that is the women's.
Go figure, dude.
It happens all the time. No matter what day we do this show, is something always big happens. Like, for instance, when we were doing the first class game, apparently Jeff Jarrett joined All Elite Wrestling, and no one cares. So we're going to move on and talk about the women's PWI.
Wait, that was the big announcement?
Yeah, good job.
That was Fretz's breaking news. Fucking Jeff Jarrett's an AEW. Cool. Wow.
Jeff.
Another waste of money from Tony Khan.
Anyways,
So,
going back.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated, like we had mentioned several weeks ago, they did their general PWI 500, and we mentioned they were going to do a women's 150, the top 150 women's wrestlers in the world, and then they were going to do, I think, a tag team 50 or a tag team 100, which is going to be coming out in a couple.
That'll be cool.
In a couple of weeks as well.
That's going to be controversial.
The tag team one. So the women's PWI 150 came out last week. From what I texted Will immediately when I found out, and the criteria was interesting.
I got heated.
Yeah, I know you got heated. Will, did I text you the criteria? Because I got to look it up.
You did.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
What I will tell you is that it was done by people who are in the pro wrestling podcast road. One of them we know because it's one of those wrestling girls. I believe Queen PR was on the committee to select the top 150. So, well, if you don't mind, can you?
Well, I got words for her.
can you tell me the criteria of what it was before we go through the top 10?
Criteria: in-ring achievement, influence. In-ring achievement, influence on the sport/promotion, technical ability, quality/breadth of competition. Great word, breadth.
Okay.
activity,
minimum of 10 matches or 6 months with at least one match in each.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. So the qualifications are
And
10
what was the
matches.
date? What was the date? Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I think that's the first thing I did. Was the evaluation period.
Evaluation period was October 2021 through September 25th, 2022.
Okay, so here is, we're going to go from 10 to 9, because I think it's probably going to be the best way to do this, because I want to see the shock on everybody's faces, even though Will already knows his answer. So,
I'm looking at it right now. I'm still mad. I'm looking at the text of the top
Okay,
5.
go,
Like, this is
go,
some
go.
bullshit.
wow,
All right, go.
still reeling. All right, hold on. At number 10, Taya Valkyrie. From her work in AAA. Yeah, I know, Taya Valkyrie, because it wasn't about her work in NXT, let me tell you, because that shit.
I mean, good for her.
Yeah, I mean, good. I mean, NXT missed out, but, that was during the Vincent days. At number, where are we? At number 9, Starlight Kid, which I believe is from Stardom. At number 8, Charlotte Flair. At number 7, Saya Kamatani, again Stardom. At number 6, Jordan Grace from her days in Impact. I'm waiting for Jordan Grace to stop fucking around in Impact and come over to at least AEW or WWE. At number 5, the baddie of all the baddies, the JD from NY, Slayer on the internet, Jade Cargill. At number 4, big time Becky Lynch. At number 3, At number 3 from AEW, Thunder Rosa. At number 2, from WWE, the EST, Bianca Belair. And at number 1, from Stardom, I believe, I'm going to try to see if I can say her name correctly, Sayori? Syuri. So Sayori is the number 1 rated women's wrestler. Some other interesting demographics for everybody. Within the top 20 of the PWI Women's 150, AEW...
Nikki ASH.
No. Within the top 20, breaking down by different organizations, AEW had 3, Stardom had 5, WWE had 5, Impact Wrestling, 6 women in the top 20 of the Women's 150. Very interesting.
So that math checks out.
Very interesting to see. But that's our top 10. There are some other notable people. Mandy Rose made like 21 or something like that. There's a couple of other notable things. Mandy Rose had a good year. It's like, I hate to say it, like, she had a good year.
She had a great year. She had a great year in a bad promotion.
Yeah. And so there's that. So Will,
again, so at number 1.
So I know you have some emotions about this.
Yeah, you texted me this top 5 at 12:01 p.m. And then I texted back immediately, did Meltzer write it? With a lot of laughing emojis.
Probably.
Yeah, how is Bianca not number 1?
Yeah, that's...
I don't know, because I would have to... I've never seen this other woman wrestle.
Yeah, which is why she shouldn't be number 1.
Exactly, yeah.
I just haven't seen her wrestle, so I can't. It's hard for me to comment.
It's like who's the best team in football? The one that never is on primetime television.
But I mean, that's also kind of a semi bias, because like we just don't watch Stardom. It's like when Kenny Omega was number 1. Was anybody going to deny that Kenny Omega was number 1, even though he was working at?
No, absolutely.
Even though he was
not.
wrestling in New Japan.
Everyone knows who Kenny Omega is, though, right? And you can easily find his matches. Like, you can go on YouTube and find New Japan matches.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this person. I've never heard of Stardom.
You definitely heard of Stardom. Come on, you
were
friends
Stardom.
with Dave long enough to know about Stardom.
Yeah, I would tune him out. When he said something about Japanese wrestling.
Oh, that is on you.
Yeah, it is. You know why? Because I don't care about Japanese women's wrestling.
You should. That's where we got Asuka and Io and Kairi Sane from. They all came from.
I care about them.
They all came from Stardom.
Yeah. And I care about them when they come to the United States where I watch wrestling. All right, so now I know what Stardom is. Where can I watch it?
I honestly don't know.
Why is she number one?
Well,
so based on your own criteria, not yours, Ricky, but I'm talking to them now. Influence on the sport and promotion. They have zero influence on the sport or promotion because I don't know who they are. I don't know the company. I don't know where I can watch them. Breadth of competition. I couldn't name one of their matches. I couldn't tell you if they had 10 matches. I couldn't tell you any of their in-ring achievement. And I feel like most people couldn't. Jonathan, who's number one? What's their name? Do you even know their name? Her name? Since Ricky announced it?
Siori. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. How many titles did she win this past year? Do you know?
How many titles did Bianca win? Bianca won one.
Yeah, but she's held it forever. At least I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you where she won it, who she won it from, and where she was.
Well, that's only because you're an active WWE fan. If you were actively watching Stardom, you would know all of this stuff. But also, people who are doing this,
and most people who would read this list are also WWE fans. And
but most
WWE
people
fans
who are
don't
reading
know
the
this
list
shit.
aren't the people that are making the list. Continue.
Also true.
But even if you're, to Will's point, even there's, either casual WWE fans or people who don't watch WWE at all who know who Bianca Belair is because of her, her rise to stardom. She's really in the past year.
She won an ESPY.
That big star where now they just announced today that her and Montez Ford are going to get their own Hulu series.
Wait. Hold on. What? Her and wait.
All right, that's pretty huge. That's number one material.
They're getting their own series on Hulu. So it's like how far she's come in the past year compared to some of the other ones. Mm-hmm. There goes my Apple Watch. But yeah, I mean the fact that Bianca Belair is not number one is absolutely ridiculous, and I really just think that whoever this person is, maybe they're an anti-WWE person, maybe they're whatever.
Well, it was a committee of about 4 or 5 people with 2 senior editors.
Okay, so if you want to put a top 5, I can't make an argument against that. But number 1 is Becky and Bianca. That is women's wrestling. You all knew Thunder 3, fine. Thunder's fine at 3. I can concede to that. But women's wrestling between October 2021, which is right after Becky came back. Remember, she came back the previous August.
Big time.
Through this past September, before Becky got hurt, which is right at SummerSlam, they were women's wrestling. The two of them, their feud carried all of women's wrestling.
Here's the thing.
They're 1 and 2.
Here's the thing. Besides the fact that Taquan has now moved on to you, Will, and has been roasting you, which is great. He said you jerk off the footage of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Who told you?
Here's the thing. We have this bias as all of us Americans here.
Hell yeah.
Thinking
USA.
That's the problem. I forgot what it's called.
It's also a fucking rainbow.
It's superiority. It's like superiority complex or something like that. But we think that this is the end all be all, and for a lot of the times it is. There's nothing like WWE, but there is.
No, it is. It is the end all be all.
It is not the end all be all. Trust me.
No, it's not
Trust
the end all
me.
be all.
But the problem is we're so focused, and we have this thought in our mind that the best wrestling, no matter what, comes from America, and that's not always the case when you look at the likes of New Japan and potentially even Stardom. But we also have this bias that they're not a big deal to us until they show up in America. But they're still a big deal, and they're still prominent. They're still good wrestlers in other places around the world. Asuka was still a ridiculous wrestler around the world. Miko Satomura, the final boss, was a fucking legend and didn't step foot into WWE until a couple of years ago when she was in NXT UK. Antonio Inoki won the fucking world title, and though it was never recognized in WWE, and he only wrestled like maybe 1 or so matches, and so there's that bias there. So as the one nice thing Daquan did say, which is kind of a flip, as WrestleMania is not for the hardcore fans, the PWI list isn't for the casuals. This is for people who really, really hone in and see the sport from a global perspective from all different parts of the world. So
It's still
so
bullshit.
I mean, is Sayori legitimately the number one that we're aware of? Probably not. I'm still going to. For me to make a final judgment whether or not she should surpass Bianca, because I think in all of our eyes we all agree, from what we've seen of women's wrestling, Bianca is the number one, with Becky being a close second. If Becky didn't get injured, they're on a race.
Yeah, and Ricky, let's use your argument with their criteria. So we gotta,
But
we
also,
gotta
I don't
use
know.
their criteria.
I know we have to use their criteria, but also, I don't know enough about Sarah. I haven't seen any of her matches. I haven't seen the quality of her matches
that's fine.
to
That's
make
fine.
to make some sort of a sound judgment on whether or not she deserves to be
So
number one.
so that also goes into who should be number one then.
How so?
Because the big so we don't know because we don't know.
We don't know, and that's what upsets us, that we don't know.
We don't know with this woman from Japan, but we do know with Bianca.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Okay.
So if you're gonna follow by their criteria,
Mm-hmm.
the one I'm looking at is influence on a sport promotion. So you can say that the global wrestling's big on a global audience, but in terms of promotions, WWE is the biggest promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You take all the wrestling fans in the entire world, most of them, bless you, only watch WWE.
Okay.
That's just a fact. So, influence on the sport in the promotion. Bianca had the most influence and impact on the sport of wrestling in the biggest promotion in the world.
Okay.
Arguably male or female
Okay.
in that time period.
All right.
In that time period?
Yeah,
So for me, out of all these criteria, I think that's the most important.
if you're weighing them, but sure.
Quality of breadth of competition. Their main feud with Becky Lynch, who on this list is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the quality of your competition, which is another criteria, is someone who's in the top 5.
One of them.
No, I don't.
One of them.
One of them. Right now, I don't know if this woman had a top feud with someone in the top 5, but if she didn't, she shouldn't be number 1.
Stardom.
Based on the criteria.
Based on, you can make an inference based on the fact that their Stardom is all over the top 20. Is that she feuded with essentially one, if not all of them. And it, like your
fair.
quality and breadth of competition essentially is saying, like in the college football, as in strength of schedule.
Okay, that's fair.
So with Stardom having a fair amount of people that she had feuds with, like for instance, if you take Becky Lynch out of, if we're talking strength of schedule perspective, you take Becky Lynch out of Bianca's feuding, name another memorable Bianca feud.
Yeah, if she take out Becky Lynch, she's not number 1. You can't do that because she did.
Yeah, right. But continue. Sorry.
No, that's it. That's it. If you using the criteria, Bianca Belair did it because she excelled at the highest level, at the highest promotion in every single category.
But she was also.
I don't know, but I think.
It's like.
Oh, sorry. Continue, John. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's like saying, so and so went to a bigger school rather than a smaller school, so they achieve more influence, so they're automatically the better person. I mean, Bianca being pushed as the number 1, women's wrestler in WWE was pushed to that global influence. So because WWE is so global, I mean, she was traveling all around the world, competing.
Did ESPN, blah, blah,
doing
blah.
press conferences, doing promos, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these other wrestlers didn't have, that type of leverage, weren't given that type of leverage to do so, but were still be able to make an impact within that amount of time. I mean, I don't really know Suri as well as, some other people do. I mean, my only thing was, even when you're going on wrestling Twitter and, the IWC is talking, you knew of Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? You knew of Will Ospreay. You knew of Kota Ibushi. You knew of, like, all these amazing Japanese wrestlers because everybody was talking about them. I didn't hear people necessarily talking about her as much as they were talking about other guys. from New Japan Pro and Noah and some of these other promotions.
Which for the most part are male dominated promotions. I mean, think about it. New Japan's been around for years, and they are just now getting a women's division and a women's title started.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where there is kind of a gender bias in the IWC and in wrestling in and of itself, where women's wrestling has been on the up and up and is still on the up and up, and that's why this is the first time I think they've ever done a legit women's 150, and I think there's a point to you, Jonathan, that's like it's easy for Bianca to be propaganded as the number one when you have the number one promotion behind you and you're at the big D1 school and stuff, where somebody like Sayuri could be a Jerry Rice. You know where Jerry Rice went to college at? No one. No. Mississippi Valley State University was part of an offense known as the Satellite Express, which averaged about 700 yards a game. You know what the play was? Throw to Jerry Rice. Okay, so it's one of those things where, like, yes, they are not, just because they are not at the big time school doesn't mean that they're not great. And
that's true, but are they greater than the greatest?
Is everybody better than Jerry Rice at the wide receiver position?
I don't know.
There is not. Terrell Owens got close.
That's fair, but you know what? Jerry Rice came to the NFL and made his name.
Mm-hmm.
If Jerry Rice played for the CFL, would you be comparing him to like a Randy Moss?
Yeah.
No, because you never would have heard of him.
Well, yeah, Warren Moon went to the CFL. You know who Warren Moon is?
I don't know who that is.
Damn it, you really need to watch football.
I don't. That's on me. That's on me for not knowing football. That's on me for not knowing football.
Fired.
Yeah, you are fired.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this list is meaningless since it's an opinion. So if you disagree with me, go fuck yourself. But if I disagree with you, I can go fuck myself.
I will say this: it does make me interested in seeing what some of her matches were within the past year. Be like, what is she all about?
I still don't.
I know you don't.
I'll catch her in WWE.
But I mean, honestly, women's wrestling has really come a long way. The fact that they can even put up this list in the first place, compared to years ago, where
I don't think
you might have had a struggle getting 150.
I was gonna say, I don't think you could find 150.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean,
so I still couldn't name 150 female wrestlers. Couldn't do it.
It's hard. It is very, very hard.
I couldn't name you 100. I probably couldn't name you 50.
Probably. But let's stick with the women in our Here Come the Women segment. So speaking of women, that I don't know, I don't even think Ronda was on the 150, to be honest with you. Be it as it may. Ronda Rousey, who can't cut a promo worth a damn, in my opinion, at this moment in time.
Bad. Bad.
However, I did want to talk about this. Ronda has now initiated her, for the umpteenth time, a John Cena-like open challenge, and her first open challenge participant was another Triple H baby, the returning Emma, who has some good credits, who I do not believe was also in the women's 150 as well, because I think she took some time off herself. But Emma is back almost 5 years to the day that she got fired. They brought her back, which is very interesting. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion, and we'll start with you, Jonathan, since you are our guest. What do you see? Because I see some potential in what this open challenge can do. This is based on, this is really just based on what John Cena did with his U.S. Open Challenge, which was fucking legendary. And if Ronda can hit the right tune, I think you have something big here. But do you see any potential in Ronda doing an open challenge for an extended period of time?
I do. I think that, Ronda doing an extended open challenge is great. Not just for her, but it's also great for, the women in the back who are able to showcase more of the wrestling, get more TV time than usual. My only problem is with Ronda Rousey herself. I mean, props to John Cena, because John Cena, he knew how to cut a promo, and he also knew how to get people over. Now, does Ronda Rousey know how to do the same thing? I don't necessarily think so. I mean, I just think, don't get me wrong, I loved Ronda Rousey in terms, definitely, in the UFC, and then, when she became champion. But I feel like this experiment that we're trying to do, getting UFC stars, WWE stars, is not working. And it's not working with Ronda Rousey because, one, I feel like she just can't make that adjustment to, UFC fighting with all her training here. And then, like you mentioned, she can't cut a promo to save her life. You gotta take that microphone off of her. Like, maybe get her like a like a Paul Heyman, you know, a guy that can
All she needs.
advocate on her behalf. You know what I mean? Or pair her up with like
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
Which they're hinting at. Thank God.
Oh, dude, watching her chuck out Natty on SmackDown, I was like,
For
finally,
no reason.
fucking finally, someone did that. That's what I've wanted to do for years.
You know what it is? Well, now that I think about it, remember when John Cena was doing his U.S. Open challenge? He wasn't responding to the crowd. I think Ronda's issue is that she hears the crowd boo her, and she says, "Oh, they hate me. I'm supposed to be heel," and she's playing wrestling at this point instead of being Ronda. You know what I mean?
It's weird to do an open challenge as a heel.
But also when Cena did his open challenge, he didn't say many words. He came out, did his thing. Hey, open challenge time. You want some? Come get some. And then the fight happened.
It was more for the matches,
Yeah.
right? The Cesaro match, the Sami Zayn match, the Dolph Ziggler match, probably.
Yeah.
putting on bangers too. Like,
Yeah, great matches.
these
Kevin
actually-
Owens match.
matches. You know?
So,
Well, can Ronda do that? You know what I mean? Can Ronda, put up consistent matches week after week after week? And
I mean, she can for sure.
Do they have enough talent for them to do this on a consistent basis? Because
No,
I
I don't think so.
As much as I would like to see new talent, I mean, I would love to see new talent rather than seeing Sonya Deville get beat up for like the 15 millionth time, or have Natty job like who knows how many times. I don't know that roster, and it's getting bigger now. If they have enough people to go through is to keep it fresh.
yeah, my thing is they brought back Emma, which is a surprise to me. Because
Is she staying or is this a
I love
one-off?
the
I think she's staying.
She's saying
I think she is staying. So I believe this is Daddy Trips. Yet again, this is Daddy Trips finally pushing what he wanted to push without Big Bad Vince in his way. He always wanted to expand the women's division. NXT is loaded with a lot of green women's talent. And I think during this open challenge, you're probably going to see an influx of people coming back. Sarah Logan, your boo Will, is on her way back. If you've seen the promos,
Hell yeah.
Sarah Logan's on her way back. I think Emma is the first of some other people that will return to the company now that Triple H is in hand. I think they're all going to be showcased in some way, shape, or form in this open challenge. It could be some NXT people just doing a one-off just to get some minds on NXT. But I think in my crazy booking here, this is me being a mark real quick. Here's how it goes. Ronda runs through a bunch of people. You get to, and this is also my short booking because I think you have to move on from this because, like you said, Jonathan, I don't trust Ronda for doing this for too long.
I feel you on that.
But I think she runs through some people. You'll get up to either Survivor Series or the Rumble, and Ronda doesn't have a match because she's run through everybody in the open challenge. Who the fuck is she gonna face?
I'm not like most girls.
I think Nia does return, but it's not Nia.
Oh,
It's Sasha.
Charlotte Flair.
Sasha beats Ronda. Sasha beats Ronda, takes the title off of Ronda.
yeah, you do love Sasha
I do love
Banks.
Sasha. I mean, there was one way to drag.
Man, she got no interest coming. She got no interest coming back though.
Nobody knows, but it's fine. I love to see her on Hollywood runways, and her social media is great. I don't care.
She's a Black Panther.
Her in the New Day, and Jimmy in the background smiling for once.
Yeah, with Naomi.
I got a prediction though. I think her next open, if she has one of those open challenges, I think it's gonna be Chelsea Green.
Yeah, Mrs. Zack Ryder.
I think
Chelsea Green got a bad rap because she blew out her knee twice.
I know.
Yeah, shame.
Like, I would love to see Chelsea Green. I think Nia Jax will come back to a mega pop.
Maybe.
I think Nia Jax will come back to a big pop. Obviously Naomi would come back to a pop. Tegan Knox, if she can walk on her two bad knees, would be great to come back. But it is what it is. So before we move on to Crown Jewel, as we've been going here for a while, this is great. We can almost have a 2-hour show with you, Jonathan. You are an excellent guest.
Let's go.
This also leaked right after we got off a show last week. Pro Wrestling Noah is having one of their big, one of their New Year's matches going into the new year of 2023, featuring the Great Muta, who's on his retirement tour for the
Again?
I guess, with his surprise opponent Shinsuke Nakamura. And as you guys know, this got the interwebs going off, being like, WWE has finally opened up the forbidden door and is allowing their wrestlers to go to other promotions. And I have some thoughts about it, but before I go to my thoughts, Will, what are your thoughts on Shinsuke versus the Great Muta?
Cool. Yeah.
Like, it's cool. Legit, it's actually happened. Shinsuke posted it. Like, this is a real thing.
Yeah. I mean, is it a dream match? I mean, maybe, kind of. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, Muta's a legend. Nakamura's a Japanese legend. So why not? Why not?
You know, when I first saw this, I definitely thought, I was like, who came up with this? Like, I thought this was somebody like just did a Photoshop job real quick.
Like the one with Sheamus.
Almost. You know what it is? So there is a Twitter account that is it's called like Pro Wrestling Versus Generator. So it's a random generator, and it puts two people against each other. So it'll be like Raw for the Impact Championship, Nick Gage versus Al Snow, and it'll tweet.
Yeah, that's how Tony Khan books Dynamite.
And it'll tweet it out.
I'm dead.
And it's amazing. So I thought it was that, but then it turns out it's actually a real thing. I'm interested for it. Pro Wrestling Noah's a really good company. It's been around for a very, very long time up in Japan. But here's my thing with this at all. Because people are like, oh, this is the forbidden door opening for WWE, which is bullshit. Because if anybody knows WWE's way better to do business, especially with the Japan companies, we have lent out wrestlers to New Japan and stuff, especially in the 90s. Tons of times. We're talking about Undertaker's done a match. Hulk Hogan's done a match. Andre the Giant was over there. I think Warrior was over there for a little bit as well. The Road Warriors.
They sent him back real quick.
Yeah, they were like, whoa, too much. You know, so this isn't a new thing. And also, if you're going to go to Jericho as well, also you want to go to modern times when Evolve was around, which, God, I miss that promotion so much.
Yeah,
WWE would frequently have their up-and-coming NXT talent do Evolve circuits. Velveteen Dream, Tyler Breeze, the Street Profits were the damn Impact Tag Team Champions for a good while. Fabian Eichner was a world champion in Evolve. I said Impact, I meant Evolve, sorry. Fabian Eichner was an Evolve champion. Yeah, they were. I have a picture with them with the Evolve Tag Team titles. Raquel Gonzalez, like all of these good talent. Johnny Gargano went through there as well. Tommaso Ciampa showed up. So this isn't new, and I think this is also a big thing because this is Triple H playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. If we go to the Triple H's big picture, which got sidelined for a little bit because Vince was being Vince.
He wants NXT. He wants
NXT. One of his satellite sites is going to be Japan. Europe, Japan, Mexico are your three big ones that he's going for. And he's doing the same thing that he did when he got NXT UK off the ground, which will now turn to NXT Europe. He partnered with the local promotions and lent wrestlers out as charity, so that in the future, when Triple H and company rolls in with NXT, no one has a fucking issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's called consolidate.
Yep.
Fucking now.
Yeah. He's creating relationships with these promoters. Like, if you go back to one of the first takeovers from the UK, he even had the promoters from ICW and Progress in the front row. And they highlighted them on the show about who they were and who they represented. You know, so this is Triple H playing politics because NXT Japan is probably the next big NXT after Europe that will open up. So do not be surprised.
Imagine like the UN stepped through. It's like, hey, this is a corporate monopoly on the global stage. All right, no more consolidating. We're gonna break you up, WWE. You're broken up. Guess who's coming back? WCW is back, baby.
We're gonna put Eric Bischoff in charge.
Oh.
No, that,
Oh,
we're gonna sell half of WWE to a consortium, and the consortium is gonna be. And this is how Vince McMahon comes back. You just hear his music.
It's just a strut. I bought your competition,
Which was my company, so I'm back.
which is mine.
Gonna be like promo.
That was just promo work.
Yeah. Oh wow. So that I think that's what's going to happen. Is that Triple H?
Yeah,
Triple H is
sure.
playing politics, and I think it's a great game of chess that Triple H is playing, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. But let's move on to what we really came here to talk about, which is more wrestling, obviously, and the Crown Jewel Premium Live event going on this Saturday at noon. So set your alarm clocks, because I still have a hard time waking up before noon on the weekends because I'm still a kid at heart. Crown Jewel this Saturday at noon, hailing from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in one of their bomb-ass stadiums that I don't know what they use it for, but it's going to be there. It's happening. Apparently, Colt Cabana is also back in AEW as we speak, according to Mr. Fretz, that was Jericho's mystery opponent, which is kind of funny. But be it as it may, Crown Jewel, we're going to kick it off from the start here with the biggest match on the card. And the reason that this thing is going to make a shit ton of money for no reason. Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship on the line. They've been promoting this one lucky punch mantra, and Roman Reigns is like,
it's so fucking stupid.
Roman Reigns, exactly.
So
that's what Roman
fucking
Reigns is saying. Like, Roman Reigns is like, this is not Ucey. I don't know why I'm even doing this. Oh, because you're getting a paycheck, Roman. So do we have to talk about this?
You said 3 matches.
Yeah, like, do we have like?
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
I think it's gonna be great. Jonathan, what do you think about this?
I think it's either gonna be like Logan Paul's gonna get slaughtered, or I think it's gonna be a fantastic quality match. I just wish they would have hyped it up a little different. So instead of like his stupid one lucky punch because he has like metal screws in his hand, like they should have had, they should have had him like, he was trained by like, Shawn Michaels and some of the best legendary, trainers across the planet within that time span to make it look a little more realistic that, he might beat Roman. He's been trained by the best. He's, been taught by the best. He's a quick learner. He's going to be great, blah, blah, blah. The stupid, it takes one lucky shot. It doesn't take one lucky shot to knock down Roman Reigns, who beat The Undertaker WrestleMania, who beat Brock Lesnar like 3 times.
Speak on it.
No, it's going to take more than one lucky shot, I promise. But, yeah, Roman Reigns.
Especially when we all know the shots are fake. One lucky fake punch, and you're going to fake fall over.
Which makes you...
and apparently Jake Paul's going to be in his corner, too. Like, that's a rumor.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
There's a mistake.
Yeah.
The guy's a loose cannon.
He can't even read.
He can knock out Anderson Silva, though.
Whatever. Anderson Silva's way past his prime, and it was a boxing match. Put him in a UFC cage. Anderson would still beat his ass.
Yeah.
That's why. There's a reason he boxed Anderson Silva and didn't fight Anderson Silva. There is a real reason for that. Be it as it may, this is going to show you how good Roman is in leading a match and selling for somebody who can do absolutely nothing for him. There's a reason I think AJ Styles is still the greatest performer in the HBK of his generation, and it's because of his performances with James Ellsworth. The fact that he almost saved James Ellsworth from dying, from breaking his neck during the Styles clash, but he sold James Ellsworth to the moon for no reason.
AJ?
Yeah. He sold James Ellsworth to the moon for no reason. And a sign of a good competitor, good pro wrestler, besides the fact of you winning all these matches and being put in these good spotlights, is what can you do for an opponent who does nothing for you? Scott Hall did it for the 1-2-3 kid way back when. And those are some of your better performances are the ones where you get your ass beat. Like
Shawn
Michaels, yeah, exactly. Shawn Michaels.
multiple times.
And whenever Brock wants to sell, it's usually one of his better looking matches.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, be that as it may, Roman Reigns is going to kill this man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, here's how you sell this match. Hey, internet, you want to watch these bros get beat up forever? Well, here's one of them, guaranteed. He's gonna get his ass whooped. It's guaranteed. You've been clearing this for years. It's guaranteed. He's going to get speared, Superman punch, power bombed, and probably kicked in the dick. It's guaranteed. Watch it.
Please.
That's it. That's why Logan Paul needs to come out. Hey guys, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But who knows? I might get lucky. That's it. That's the story.
Face turn.
What's that?
You think that'll lead to?
Who, Roman?
I say like Logan Paul getting absolutely destroyed. The fact that people will start to sympathize with him.
Nah.
And
he
gains more respect and become a
no, too much heat on him still. Too much heat.
I mean, Logan's being presented as a face, kind of.
Roman's already a face, yeah.
Roman's just over.
Yeah.
He doesn't matter. Roman's Roman at this point. He's not a face or a heel. He's just Roman.
There's too much Logan Paul heat.
True.
Like, people still want to see Logan Paul get his ass beat for things he's done outside of the ring.
Of course, yeah.
Like, people want to see Logan Paul get beat.
Very effective.
People want to see Logan Paul get beat for just existing. Like, like Logan Paul is not Pat McAfee. So when Pat McAfee first came in NXT, I wanted Pat to get his ass beat. I was like, this fucking punter, this piece of shit, blah 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 blah. You know. But then I was like,
fuck the Colts.
Yeah, fuck the Colts. But then like, you realize, like, oh, he actually knows the business. He's good at what he does. He's a good entertainer. He's a good performer. And not many people are sold on Logan Paul like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't mistake his performances at WrestleMania and SummerSlam for people liking him. We just know that he can perform athletically.
I mean, honestly, I think he did better than 70% of the roster. If you want to be real about it, but
yes, and
I mean, we'll see.
Here's the thing. Here's what they should have done when they're promoting this match, and I think, well, you remember this. Like, when AEW first started out and they were doing a bunch of these big time matches, what they would do is that they would start to interview these wrestling legends and talk about the ins and outs, the potential of this happening or that happening. I think that's what they should have done with Logan Paul and the Roman thing. Just a bunch of random wrestlers that you have on like your Legends contract and just talk about it. And Shawn Michaels,
the ones that aren't AEW.
Yeah, right. Shawn Michaels could have been one of the people like, well, I trained him, blah, blah, he has the potential, blah, blah, blah. That's how you build credibility to him, and not just having him thrown out to the wolves on SmackDown every 2 weeks, be like, I have one lucky punch.
And struggling. Tugboat can't cut a promo. This guy.
But also, before we move on, it's also really hard. Like, if they told me, hey, you're gonna have a segment in front of the crowd on SmackDown, great. I'm already shitting my pants. Don't worry, you're not gonna be like, oh, who am I gonna be with? You're gonna be Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and the rest of the Bloodline. Fuck. Like,
try not to get shown up by Sami Zayn. Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Don't break character, kid.
Like, that's like. How do you stand in the ring with Paul Heyman and try to out promo him?
Yeah, dude, he had colluding Jews in his promo. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, dude. You can't beat that.
Yeah, he's put in a really shit position, but who knows? Maybe he'll surprise. I'm interested to see how he does and how long this match goes before we get to the Roman Spear and the 1, 2, 3.
12 minutes.
We'll see what happens. Moving along on this card, one of the first of like 3 big hoss fights from 2 guys who just want to beat the shit out of each other. Cowboy Brock Lesnar, ponytail and all, back really early because he needed a paycheck from Saudi, versus Bobby Lashley, who just dropped and just wants these guys just want to beat the shit out of each other. And this is the best build on the entire card.
I'm here for it. Yeah, Brock wins.
Sure. Jonathan, what do you think of this? Yeah.
I think Brock wins.
This is tough. I'm going to go with Bobby. I think that I think that with the Triple H regime, I think what they really want to do is they want to get some of the full-time current wrestlers over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I think Brock taking, a pin from Bobby Lashley at a big event like this will certainly catapult Bobby Lashley to that next level. Now, I definitely understand if he doesn't, because to beat Brock Lesnar, you got to be on some next level, like, ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby Lashley's going to have to, like, bring it. But I think I got Lashley. I think I got him.
Hey, technically, Bobby did beat Brock. Technically.
True.
I would love to see Bobby win, but if you're gonna beat Brock, Lesnar needs to be for a reason, right? It's gotta launch you somewhere. You gotta do something afterwards. What's Bobby Lashley's afterwards? Roman, maybe. Like that's a feud I want to see.
Yeah.
But then again, Sami Zayn's working the loop with Braun Strowman. You see Sami Zayn hit the Superman punch on Braun Strowman?
No, I did not.
That was hilarious.
Which it's amazing. Braun sells it so good. Which makes you think Braun's gonna go after Roman next, which I would also love to see. So that's my thinking. So if Bobby's gonna beat Brock, he should go to Roman. But if he's not, there's no point in beating Brock. Brock has lost a feud with Roman, so he needs to get some heat back, get some momentum back.
Yeah,
but Brock is part-time, so
true.
You don't know
he's just gonna go away for no reason anyway.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's gonna be this pay-per-view and just buy, or is he just gonna do this and continue onward?
Yeah, flip a coin. Who knows? I mean, Royal Rumble's around the corner.
Yeah, this might be this.
So Survivor Series.
Yeah, but he's not going to be in a.
Imagine Brock Lesnar in War Games.
No.
No. Nope, not
Brock
doing that.
Lesnar versus 5 guys.
Literally, Brock goes into War Games and he's the first person in the cage. And so the other person has to survive Brock Lesnar for like the first 5 minutes of the match.
It's like, huh?
Come on.
No. Who you gonna give him? Booyaka, booyaka! That's my pueblo!
Rey Mysterio runs around for like 5 minutes and Brock can't catch him.
Yeah, he has springboards from rope to rope.
You play the Bettingham thing.
I think I have a soundboard on here somewhere. I don't want to find it though.
Yeah, that would be wild. But I don't know. I think the only way Bobby beats Brock is if Brock lets him. I think it's going to be fantastic. I see this being as heated as Goldberg Bobby from like last year. Like that was a great match for no reason.
That was a good match for no reason. That was like, wow, Goldberg Brock.
Yeah.
And so did Bobby.
And they're playing it up like these guys just want to beat the shit out of each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to like no holds barred at the last second, or like no disqualification or falls count. Like falls count. I just have this picture of like Bobby and Brock going into the streets of Saudi and still beating each other. Still beating the crap out of each other.
He pins him on the Crown Prince. Just hits the F5, kicks the Crown Prince, and it lands on him and just pins him on the Prince.
And then Brock takes the throne with the cowboy hat. That's just horrible.
Sort of throw with the cowboy hat.
It's horrible all around.
He's like, women, you're all free.
Oh my god. This is a toss up for me, but I'm gonna go with Bobby here because I think Brock's gonna go away for a little bit because Brock's being Brock. It's not Brock's season yet. Brock's season's in a couple of months. It's family.
Fair enough.
It's family time for Brock.
Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
Moving.
So, are we keeping count?
No, not at all. No. We used to, but then that got too much for everybody.
The scorecards were a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
the scorecards are great.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting match here. We have the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair defending against Bayley of Damage Control. This is an interesting one. I don't like Bianca's coming up being number 2. Bayley didn't even place in the top 10 because she was
she wasn't back
yeah,
yet.
because she was injured all the time. And so my question is, do you have arguably your number 1 female wrestler in the world drop in Saudi? Jonathan, you're up.
Yeah, I think Bayley's going to beat Bianca, and I think what really confirmed it was what do you call it? Io Sky and
Dakota Kai.
Kai and Sky.
Dakota Kai. I think them losing the tag team championships solidified that I think Bayley is going to win the women's championships. Now, I think what they've done with Damage Control is it's kind of tough to book them because everybody wants them to be booked like the Bloodline, where all of them have the championships. But I do think with them losing, the way the bookings work, I think that Bayley somehow, probably with the interference of Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and I think maybe one other person they have on their side, I think is gonna get her the championship. It's gonna continue the feud, I think so, but I think the tables will turn this time.
Will?
Depends when Charlotte comes back, really, because Bianca Charlotte's the match. That's the match. So if Charlotte isn't back for a few more months, I could see Bayley picking it up and Bianca taking it back.
Mm-hmm.
But Bianca needs to hold that belt for Charlotte Flair to come back, and then she probably beats her too. So
do we know what's holding Charlotte back from coming back?
Not a clue.
Probably
creative.
I mean, because it's like she had her honeymoon, she got married, she's not pregnant that we know of, she doesn't have to have surgery on her boobs again that we're aware of, because she takes time off from that because, her boobs pop because she wrestles. It's happened like 3 times.
It's probably creative. Honestly, like Bayley was ready to go for months and they didn't have a creative for.
Fair.
Because they're wrapping up the Becky feud storyline.
Yeah.
So now they got to wrap up the Bayley storyline to bring in Charlotte. Like maybe Charlotte comes back at Saudi, if she comes back next week, who knows?
Charlotte coming out at Saudi would be interesting because they've never done like a return at Saudi. And how do you sneak her in? She is a 5'11" blonde woman.
Tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's totally popsicle that Bayley wins. But she's not gonna have it for too long because Bianca needs that belt for Charlotte.
Yeah, be a transition. I do think Bianca, if we're going to do night one and the females, and you do a female main event, night one, Bianca Charlotte, that's your night one. That's your night one Mania.
That's it.
That is it. If Bayley does win, it's because he's transitioning. She'll only hold it as long as Rumble.
Yeah, I would love to see Bayley win. I'm a big Bayley fan.
Yeah,
Always have.
You're a big Pam Martinez fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's the Latinas, man. They're my weakness. And West Indian, they're my weakness.
Yeah. Just make sure your girlfriend hears that.
Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble.
Hey, she don't listen to this podcast, so she's not.
She'll listen to anything Bianca watch. You'll hear it tomorrow. Be like, I heard you.
Fuck, you're right. She does love Bianca. God damn it. Oh well. What are you gonna? Just don't cut the clip.
Yeah, definitely not. All right, and also.
Fuck.
Let's go.
Also, which was announced randomly, it's not a match at all, but we're going to have another Bray Wyatt promo segment. If you guys saw on SmackDown, he debuted, or we got the debut of his character named Uncle Howdy, which sounds so creepy. And so I'm interested to see what he will say in front of a Saudi crowd, if it actually pushes his narrative of whatever the fuck's coming with Bray Wyatt. The fact we're not seeing him in the ring is interesting. But Will, what do you think is coming of this Bray Wyatt now Uncle Howdy situation, all the stuff that's going on? Because I'm confused.
I have no idea, and it's weird. I need to see it play out, but right now I'm not the biggest fan of it. Bray is kind of in the ring being like, hi guys, like he's ready to cry, and he's all emotional, and then him in a mask appears on screen, and it's just, what's going on here? Like, what is this shenanigans? It's like, Bray Wyatt's back, what do we do now?
You know what it is? It's the fact that he had such that, like, it crescendo to Extreme Rules. It crescendo to Extreme Rules, and we had the moments.
It feels like we're on a come down.
It doesn't even feel like we're on a come down. It feels like we're
we have post nut clarity.
I feel like we're on a reset.
We have post nut clarity. We're like, why do we do this?
I feel like they're on a reset.
Yeah.
And
we're just fine, give it time.
Yeah.
I remember when Bray Wyatt came as Mr. Rogers, everyone's like, what the fuck is this? This is bullshit. They're burying it. And now they do anything, they have it back.
Yeah.
So, what I learned with Bray Wyatt, Just give it time. So I don't know what to think because there's not much to think about.
Yeah. Jonathan, what do you think,
think?
Jonathan?
I think there is going to be another debut. I think there's going to be another family member that's going to be debuting at Crown Jewel. I think it's going to be whoever Bo Dallas is playing as his character. I think that's either that, or I think it's going to be like a different version of himself. It's either he's playing 6 different versions of him, or there's going to be different people. But I think that debut is going to happen at Crown Jewel, and I think that's going to re-up the momentum, heading towards whether it's Survival Series, Royal Rumble, etc. I just want to know who is his first feud going to be against.
That is also a very good question. Yeah, listen, if Bray Wyatt is playing 6 different versions of himself, and Mick Foley should be fucking pissed. Okay.
Why did I think of that?
Okay. Also, if it is going to be Bo Dallas coming back, I don't want Bo Dallas to play any other character except Bo Dallas. Like all right, so if this gimmick is if the Bray thing is gonna jump a shark at some point, if you have Bo Dallas just be like, I'm talking about NXT tidy whitey Bo Dallas, Bo leap thumbs in the air, like always around next to Sinister Bray as the dumb younger brother, that's gold to me.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Try to be serious here, Bo. Come on.
Book it.
Yeah, book it, please.
Hey there, Uncle Whatever. All you gotta do is a smile and Bo leave. Shut up, Bo. Pussy.
Can you imagine?
I can. Oh my god, that'd be great. But I mean,
I hope IRS just comes in and goes, don't forget to pay your taxes, brother.
I know how many kids you had with JoJo.
I'm dead.
Seriously, I don't blame Bray Wyatt for doing what he did either. I've seen JoJo and
I would impregnate JoJo. That's
yeah, good man, good.
You're not wrong.
Good man. Moving on, another big meaty men slapping meat match because apparently this is what Saudi wants. Braun Strowman almost versus almost with MVP in the corner. I actually don't know how this is going to go. I picture this being a Goldberg Brock WrestleMania 20 moment where they don't know what to do because they're so goddamn big, or this could be just like they're doing drop kicks and backflips and springboards.
They're gonna kiss.
Could you imagine?
No, this is gonna be.
Hey man, Saudi wants to be progressive. It's gonna kiss.
This also could be a moment where they could pull back the exploding ring.
It'd have to main event though.
It would have to main. Could it?
I mean,
No.
I mean, how long would it take to rebuild the ring like that?
I mean, I've seen those guys do magic.
I know, but you gotta do the pillars and everything. They're really good at changing the canvas. All right.
Listen, you can
rebuilding the whole ring.
Listen, you can.
Yeah, no, it would have to be the main.
A Bray Wyatt promo fixes all of that.
If it's backstage, I guess.
Or on the WrestleMania side stage, we do Oakland position.
I guess maybe.
I don't see them actually breaking
not
the ring.
Not for this match. Nah, they've done it 20 times.
So, but I also don't know who wins. I mean, I also love the fact that Omos actually does tower over Braun Strowman and make him look like a kid.
Yeah, Braun's a big boy. Too. I always forget Braun's in the company. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, you're here. Mm-hmm. What are you doing here?
He couldn't control his own narrative, so someone's doing it for him.
Fair enough. Yeah, Braun wins.
Yeah, what do you think, John?
Yeah, I think Braun wins. I honestly, I don't know what some of the WWE universe sees within Braun Strowman, but they absolutely love the guy. He's alright.
He's a big, burly, simpleton man. What's not to love about him?
He's fucking annoying. But no, I think I think he beats Omos.
Yeah.
Or Omos wins with the help of MVP, and that continues the feud. But
that's true too.
Yeah.
I'm going with Braun.
Yeah, I don't think you bring Braun back. I mean, the Saudi Arabia and Crown Jewel. This is the Braun Strowman special. Next to Mansoor, this is Braun Strowman's home. Okay, remember
Mansoor?
That's true.
Braun Strowman
That's true.
is the winner of the greatest Royal Rumble. He has
God,
the belt.
Do you think Mansoor went to the back and was like, hey, I know I got this gimmick here, but I can't do that over there. I can't be Mansoor over there. I will not be allowed to leave.
Honestly, if he does do Mansoor over there, I will cry laughing.
I will pray for his safety. This time the plane will not take off. At least if it does, he won't be on it.
They're just like massively booed.
I want Braun to come out with the greatest Royal Rumble belt that he was given.
God. Oh, the foot by the foot
No,
belt?
that was the original Universal.
There was a green. What do we call the Jolly Rancher belt? We call
I
it
think it
some
might have
kind
been
of
John.
candy
I don't know.
belt.
I like the green look. That was just me. I wish it would have sold
It was a pretty belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to come out with that belt, greatest Royal Rumble winner. You know, show him who's boss. I think you don't bring Braun back for him to beat Omos. It just sucks for Omos because it's another loss on another big stage. He lost at Mania. He's gonna lose now at Crown
Yeah,
Jewel.
because he sucks. That's why.
So,
Guy
listen,
sucks.
you cannot tell the biggest ninja we've ever seen in the Viking Profits promo and the doorman for Raw Underground that he sucks. Damn it. He was always a
He was good as being a doorman.
He was great as a ninja.
Should have stayed as
He was great as a ninja. The Viking Profits ninja was one of the greatest segments ever.
Yeah, that was pretty
Just the,
I'll give him that. That was pretty
the
funny.
giant ninja Jonathan. Go you. Moving on to what actually might be a sleeper, ridiculously crazy match. You have the WWE, the Unified WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, versus the Brawling Brutes for the Tag Team Championships. If the Usos do come out and win this, which for all intents and purposes, they do.
They are.
They are going to have the longest streak as tag team champions ever, beating the New Day streak of 483 days.
Who beat the Usos streak? They beat Demolition
They
Streak.
beat Demolition Streak because Demolition decided to sue WWE. So I'm going to go, besides the fact that I think it's going to be great, I think Ridge Holland and the guy formerly known as Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, are just, they're peaking at a great time right now. People are loving them. And I never knew that we would get Butch over, but apparently we are, because all they do is just love the fight. But I still think the Usos win this, because it's leading to Tale as Old as Time, Usos versus New Day, to see who's the best tag team champions of this era, which they put on classics.
Yeah, again.
And listen, I can't name a bad match between them. That tag team Hell in a Cell was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Maybe it's when Big E comes back and helps him win the belts. Because WWE just loves setting a record and then immediately taking the belts
And
off.
breaking them, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And breaking them. So I think Usos will. I think you're going Usos. Jonathan, are you doing Usos? Are you going to stay Ucey with us? Stay Ucey with us.
Gotta stay Ucey. Gotta stay Ucey Bro.
You know?
But I don't know where it's gonna go from here, to be honest with you. I mean, I think originally they were thinking of doing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos. I don't know if they can do that anymore because Sami's so over right now, so they don't want to pull the plug directly, but
listen, Sammy, here's the thing. Sammy needs to win Money in the Bank. Sammy's my front runner now. I know it's months away, but Sammy's my Money in the Bank front runner.
Oh my God, please. I would love every second of that.
Sammy's my front runner. I'm waiting for the Ucey shirt to come out because you know it's coming. You know someone in creative backstage is like, "Oh, we're drawing up a shirt real quick about Ucey." Like it's going to be a popular shirt.
I got an idea.
What?
I think Money in the Bank, I don't know if it's going to happen, but if Austin Theory cashes in on Roman Reigns, and if he beats him, and then Sami Zayn then beats Austin Theory because he won it that night with his Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, that would be a WrestleMania. And then, boom, Sami Zayn's on top.
Tribal Chief Sami Zayn, hysterical.
On the head table now, Roman. Get in line.
Imagine. Oh my
That would
god,
be
he would
great.
get Roman Reigns. Roman would kill
Yes,
him, but
let's stay Ucey with this. Let's move on to a 6-man tag for a 6-man tag. The OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, who is not, I repeat,
Not going to be in
is
Japan.
not going to defend his never openweight championship that he was previously booked to defend against everybody's favorite grown-up emos, Judgment Day.
Yo, Dom has such great heat.
Yes, he has. I hate to say his heat has been going great.
He's got
yeah,
great heat.
and
I know who wins. I love the fact with the club is back because they're just a bunch of old guys that are just fucking idiots.
Yeah, there's old guys who like to drink together.
Pretty much. And Judgment Day is still without any titles or any sort of credible wins.
Yeah, dude, Dom pins AJ.
Whew. Ooh. Ooh.
Clean.
Ooh.
Oh,
No, Rhea's
man.
getting involved. You know that. Stop it.
Oh, okay. You're right. Sexy Rhea's gonna get involved.
The big question, and also if Bianca does retain, or also, just going back, when the hell do you do Bianca Rhea?
Whatever you want, really.
that's true.
You know, because I mean, if anybody's going to get some
You
gold,
could
Rhea-
do that. You could do that until Charlotte comes back.
Absolutely. But in terms of this match, the OC and Judgment Day, the OC's been hinting that they need somebody to counteract Rhea because you can't hit a woman, even though Rhea can kick you in the balls and body slam you.
Body slam you.
And do whatever she wants. They're not going to hit Rhea. So the big question is,
Well, Saudi Arabia can probably hit a woman.
Rhea can peg me. Yes, Kwan, we know. Yes, we know.
Welcome back. Squad.
we know, Taekwon. We know. Who helps out the OC becoming a bullet babe essentially? Jonathan.
Ooh,
Wow, that's a good one. The club enlists Mia Yim. That would be fun. That's not happening though.
I've been hearing that.
Mia Yim could also
That'd be
Mia
good.
Yim
I
could
think-
also
I
come
think
back
that's
for an
the,
open challenge against Ronda. I think that'll also be fun.
that'd be fun.
I think Raquel Rodriguez. I think that's probably one of the only women in the locker room.
It's gotta be someone on Raw.
Yeah, it's gonna be returning
Maybe
Dana
They can
Brooke.
jump back and forth.
maybe Nikki.
No.
Nah, Nikki's caught up in the damage control
True.
shit.
You're right.
I mean, I would love Nikki.
Dewdrop.
Dewdrop would be interesting.
Interesting. Was there
Lana.
Lana?
No, Lana's about to do the surreal life. It's not going to be Lana. Although Lana would be a good pick. Lana's such a nice woman too. Very, very nice lady.
Yeah, Lana's still sitting on those ring steps from Survivor Series 3 years ago.
What if it's Eva Marie? And Rhea just walks away because Eva Marie's so annoying and Rhea's like, it's not even worth it.
and then they kiss.
Wait a minute. What if it's Nia Jax?
Ooh. I love it. I mean, I always wanted Nia as like the female heater for the Bloodline, but the Bloodline's way too big at this point, and it's like a boys' club, anyways. But Nia as part of V Club could work. I like the optics of it.
Yeah, but I don't know if she fits that mold.
Nia's
Yeah.
funnier than we think.
That's true.
Not on camera.
Unfortunately, not on camera, yes, but
It
as a
doesn't.
person-
It's weird
Yeah.
how her chemistry doesn't appear on camera, and her promos don't appear on camera. It's very bizarre how that works for some
yeah,
people.
and if you
How
were to
about Tamina?
run Nia like backstage or like just in the streets, she's funny, she's personable, like she hits all the notes. Just on camera doesn't work. Tamina, nah. Tamina, I mean, it could, but I don't think so. As much as I love Tamina, I just say no to that. I don't see it. But who knows? But the big question is, who wins this? Just in case no one shows up, who wins this?
Judgment Day.
Yeah, you got to give Judgment Day something, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm gonna go with the club.
Yeah, I just...
Throw something different. I think their surprise is going to catch Judgment Day off.
I like the club. I think Carl Anderson uses his greatest spine buster in wrestling today, his hot Asian wife, and the never openweight championship to somehow find a way for the club to win. He's going to use all those three things.
Dude, I hope he brings the belt to Saudi Arabia and wears it on camera.
Never openweight championship.
Yeah, just wears it to the ring.
Oh, that's where that title is.
That would be a lawsuit really quickly. That's intellectual property you do not own.
It was not given permission to do. That would be such a Carl Anderson move, though, too.
It really would.
He would do
Oh
it,
my
too.
God, he's such a funny man. Moving on to this, another hot spot that no one really cares
Oh,
about.
God damn it. Why?
And that we failed to promote well. Is
Well, someone got to get married.
we have Karrion Kross, who we're only here for Karrion Kross because Scarlett's right next to him, versus Drew McIntyre. And they had a good build. All right, so they had a good build going because you had Kross beat him, and then you had Drew almost kill him on SmackDown, slamming his head through a car door and also running into his car as well. Like, that's a good I'm angry build. And
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I do remember that.
And then nothing. Because someone had to be a best man for his friend in his wedding wearing kilts around New York City. Woo, woo, woo.
Spooky.
Yeah, right? So I don't know where this goes. I mean, yay, it'll be great.
Is it a steel cage?
This is a steel cage.
Man.
So Scarlett can't get involved with her pepper spray or whatever magic she uses.
Or Miss Fireball.
It's all right. In my opinion, Scarlett doesn't miss anything.
Got him.
That's true.
You know, so I mean, Drew can get his revenge if you want to keep us going or not. I don't know. I'm gonna say Cross for some reason. Will, who do you got? Or Jonathan, my fault.
Yeah, I'm going to say Cross. I think there's going to be either outside interference from Scarlett or, you know, I think maybe Bray Wyatt interferes in this match and kicks off a feud with Drew McIntyre.
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
I think,
That'd be cool.
I think so.
Well, also, here's a question, because we know how, for you, Will, we also know how Scarlett loves to dress. Does Scarlett even make the trip?
That's a great question. I'm gonna say probably not. I mean, when she has something to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine her in a giant T-shirt.
I will.
You know, they give it a bodysuits now.
Although I will say, I think she'd look great in a bodysuit. So
yeah, she would.
I think she might make the trip.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. So we 2 for Cross. Do you have Drew or do you have Cross, Will?
I got Cross.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Cross. Drew can take some time off or do something. Also recently announced after they just won the damn tag titles from Damage Control, we're going.
How long is this fucking card?
We're gonna. This is the last.
What happened to 6 matches?
That was a one-off. It's the last.
AEW.
And when you're not the one who's doing the principal money for this, they're going to put on as many matches as they want. You also have what is probably going to be just a literally 50-50 booking, run a back match. Damage Control is trying to get their tag titles back because they just lost it on Monday from a returning Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Women's tag team titles. Do Bliss and Asuka retain, or did Damage Control get them back?
I don't know, dude. They flip-flopped these titles 3 times now since they brought them back. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? These belts suck. Get rid of these fucking belts.
Bring on the mid card, but we still need more women. But we do that mid card belt. I think is almost there. Almost there. I think they retain.
Yeah.
Especially if Bailey, I think what you said, Jonathan, earlier, if you wouldn't have Kai and Sky lose if you didn't think Bailey was going to win and take this title.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we have a retaining here because you don't want to get into the split floppy, all the flippy shit with these titles. More than it has been ever since they forgot about them when Sasha and Naomi left. So be what it may. But I believe that is the last thing on the card. But it is the last one on the card.
Thank
of
God.
our Crown Jewel Premium Live event, or formerly known as pay-per-view. So, Jonathan, here's the last part of our show. It's where we're going to crown it, where we're going to predict how good this event is going to be between 1 and 10 crowns, 10 being the highest, like the greatest thing you've ever seen. Really, 9.11. Shut up, Taquan. Versus 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. So, how good do you think this Crown Jewel Premium Live event / pay-per-view will be, Jonathan?
I think it's going to be probably around, I would say, like 8.7, 8.8.
High hopes over there.
Very high.
I do think it's going to be I think it's going to be a really good pay-per-view because I think they do show out for, Saudi Arabia, and they put on these great matches. I don't think it's going to be a 10 out of 10. I don't see that, this is going to be 5 stars. Oh, wait, isn't Rey Mysterio versus
Gunther? That might be on
They might have
SmackDown.
moved it to SmackDown. When I checked WWE last night, it wasn't on the official match
maybe.
card. So,
so they might have that. They might add that as like a last second thing. But yeah, going around 8.7, 8.8.
wow, I love the optimism. Will.
Since I'm gonna be a little optimistic too. I'm gonna give it 7.5. I was gonna go 7, but optimism has been thrown through my veins as well. Because fuck Dolph Ziggler, 7.5.
Whoa! I'll get into this feud every. I also got to know who was your favorite wrestler?
Ooh.
All time?
No, right now.
Right now? Oh yeah, it's Roman. It's gotta be Roman Reigns, easily. Actually, it might be Sami Zayn. I do love me some Sami Zayn right now. Yeah, there's a lot going on in wrestling right now, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
He's on TV more.
Yeah.
Such a casual.
Yeah, I think for me, when you look at Crown Jewel as a whole and WWE's vision moving forward with Nick Khan, who was name dropped by MJF the other week, which is amazing. Yeah, he said he's gonna go work for the only con that actually matters in wrestling. So I'm like, holy shit. When you think about what their vision is, they want to put on more stadium events. They want to put on more WrestleMania level events. With Crown Jewel being one of them that they've been doing for X amount of years now. They're almost halfway through their 10-year deal with Saudi. And the events just keep getting better and better. The stages are immaculate. The crowds have been great.
Remember the first show? They had the royalty and the couches in the front rows,
and then
and like the fans behind.
Yeah,
them.
it was a weird setup.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird. They're all in like the head garb and everything.
Yeah.
Now it's just like
They're fans.
The crowd's been great.
Yeah.
They're fans. The crowd's been really, really good. The show's been exponentially better and better and better.
The pyro's beautiful. It's good. So all of those aesthetic stuff that you see really helps to elevate the show, and make it a big deal. Like, this is one of the only shows every year on the WWE card where everybody gets a grand entrance and a pyro and pomp and circumstance. So it makes it a really, really big deal.
The local surprises are always really fun.
The local surprises are great.
Like, remember they had last time they had like a fighter come
It was one of
out
our Olympians.
and no one knew
It was
who
one
he
of our Olympians.
Yeah, it was one of the Olympians. Like, who the fuck
We're like,
is
what?
this guy?
Yeah. But the local surprises are good. I mean, this used to be Mansoor's WrestleMania for how many years?
Yeah, he had one match.
He always won that one match. So this is, and they loved Mansoor for so long. He was,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, he was their guy.
He's Saudi Arabian, of course.
So I think
They're gonna love Mansoor.
if WWE has the balls to do Maximil Models and Mansoor, oh man, that would be amazing.
Where's LA Knight?
Yeah, but I think it's going. Mansoor beats Dolph Ziggler in one of those matches. He did. Mansoor did beat Dolph Ziggler in one of those matches. Amazing.
Yo, Taquan, Seth Rollins is also a great pick. Seth Rollins is on a great
Yeah,
run.
Seth is a great one, and so I think we are going to get a solid 8 from this.
Okay, splitting the
Yeah,
difference.
I'm gonna split the difference. I don't think it's. I don't expect craziness like I did at Extreme Rules, which for the most part was a 9.5 of an event. But
It was.
yeah.
I think I gave it a 9.
Yeah, but I think we are still going to get a solid card. I mean, you can talk about WWE's programming from week to week basis. When it comes time to those big events, they usually do a hell of a job putting things together. Look at Clash of the Castle. Clash of the Castle was a nothing event, and that thing was amazing. You know?
Also a great event.
Yeah. And so I think this is going to be one of those things. This is going to be surprise you. It's going to be a solid event. I'm going to give it an 8. Because they've been here before. They know what they're doing. They know what the crowd wants and doesn't want, and they know the territory. So I think it's going to be an 8. And everything. So, be that as it may, that is the end of our show. And first and foremost, Jonathan, we want to thank you for being on our show for the last officially hour and a half, as we've been talking about all things wrestling and your love for Dolph Ziggler and Will's hatred for Dolph Ziggler as well. Are you going to be joining us for our post show once we're done recording?
Sure.
We are going to be live on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook for our post show. We just won't be recording the video soon, but we'll be live to answer any questions. Blah, 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 blah. Jonathan, Clash of Genetics. You're Taquan. You're on.
Jesus, Taquan, get the stick out of your ass, bro. Get over it.
I liked it better when he was quiet. Aren't you still in school? Like, it's past your bedtime? You like test or something tomorrow?
No, what is it? Thursday night? You still have class. It's Thursday. It's not Friday. Oh my God. So yeah, if you're gonna be joining us, that'd be great. It's when Will and I just bullshit and
There is hang out. Sometimes we yell at each other.
yeah, it depends on how we're feeling. I can tell you some stories about one of your frat brothers, because he doesn't watch the stream. So I know that for a fact. But yeah, before we get going, the floor is yours. You can plug anything you want. Where can they find you on social media, so on and so forth. So the floor is yours, sir.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Well, thanks for having me. A huge Dolph Ziggler fan, future Hall of Famer, future WWE Universal Champion once he beats Roman Reigns.
Stop it.
At
You've gone too far.
Anyways, thanks for having me, guys. As you can see, my social media handle is jvalera96. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'd love to interact with you guys. Hopefully, they'll bring me on in the future. Hopefully, I wasn't that bad of a guest.
Oh yeah, you're coming back. You're on.
No, you fit
yeah,
right
you're
in.
perfectly fine.
You fit right in. We'll play a second guest game.
Thanks again for having me. This was fun. I had a great time. Well, except for Taquan bullying me a little bit. It's
It's
all right.
okay. We'll have
What happened?
we'll have Taquan come on.
Here's what
We'll do. Here's what we'll do. We'll do. I'll have to create another video, but we'll have Taquan come off, and oh my God, Will, this is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Taquan versus Jonathan, Wrestler's Court.
Oh, we're gonna do Wrestler's Court?
For no reason.
What is that?
Shit. We've never done Wrestler's Court.
Essentially, Wrestler's Court is a concept we're stealing from one of our old affiliates, the Rant with Ant Wrestling Network. They came up with a special called Wrestler's Court, where you picked a controversial topic in wrestling, like, is Dolph Ziggler actually good at what he does? And you have two people argue about it. The first time I did Wrestler's Court, there was an argument about the greatness of Brock Lesnar at the time, and I think Will remembers it was Issa versus Ant, and Issa...
Yeah, Ant didn't get a word in.
Issa, also known as NYC Demon Diva, like '06 or whatever, Issa is a very knowledgeable and proud Puerto Rican woman who loves her Brock Lesnar and and knows how to argue about Brock, and she eviscerated him.
Oh man!
Yeah. Shout out to Issa. I love that
Issa's
girl.
amazing.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's big time now. Actually, you follow her YouTube. She's fucking great.
Yeah, it's her OnlyFans.
Well, no, but she also works for I forgot what company. Well, she has a bunch of them now. But shout out to Issa.
Good for her. She deserves it.
Yeah, she is her. So that's what they're gonna do. Maybe you and Taekwon can squash your beef doing a former Wrestler's Court where you guys can just argue about
One
something.
side.
Yeah, I don't know. Taekwon, you got to give us a controversial topic, the controversial thing in wrestling that you believe in, and we'll we'll have you guys find it out. But be that as it may, let's get ready to do this post show and all of that fun stuff. So, Will, if you will please set the scene and we can get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 314. Ucey. Juicy. That's been the oociest and juiciest episode of Kings of the Rings podcast ever. We went over Crown Jewel, talked about the greatness of Dolph Ziggler, and is the PWI Women's 150 actually valid? Who knows? I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. Follow us, chat with us on Discord, and all the other places that we are found. You can also go to our links in the description below and buy some of our great Kings of the Rings podcast merchandise, where we have over 170, 130 items in our store. Mugs, not shot glasses, regular glasses, hoodies, all of that fun stuff. Kings of the Rings logos, Willie T's logo, my logo, K Murphy's logo, so on and so forth. If you are listening to us from an audio perspective, make sure you are subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, where you can find us as well as the WrestleMania podcast, the Young Lions Perspective podcast, and the Brace for Impact podcast. Wrestle Addict Radio can be found on all your favorite podcasting sites, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio's socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. Jonathan, again, thank you for being on the show. We are going to have you back, especially for Wrestler's Court with you and Taekwon. But before we go to our post show, Will Tarashak.
Oh.
My name, ladies and gentlemen, is Will Tarish. That's T as in Thomas, A-R-A-S-H. Don't fade the black on me, asshole. S-H-U-K. All my shenanigans can be found on Instagram. My other podcast, Talking with Tarashak, I'm currently releasing a How to Start a Podcast series. It's going to be about 7, 8, 9, maybe 10-part series on how to start a podcast. The first episode was released just this morning. So if you're looking to start a podcast, that's where you're going to find it. A lot of me shenanigans, saying my opinion on things, some facts on things. If you need to buy equipment for that said podcast, so John, I know your microphone, our store is up and running. Our first equipment order has been purchased. So equipment can be purchased at our store below market price. So support us as well. Our GoFundMe has been set up as well. So if you want to give us some money, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, anything up to as many dollars as you want. From Biggest Podcast Solutions, that would be greatly appreciate. Fretzy, I'll send you the link. It's finally ready. My name is Will Tarashak. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, so when we come back next week, we're going to have the fallout from the oociest and the juiciest Crown Jewel event. We're going to look forward to Survivor Series, and oh yeah, Full Gear's coming up too. We're going to have to start talking about that. So until next week, folks, goodbye. Good night. We'll see you next week, hopefully with K back as well. And oh yeah, fuck you, Slack.
Fuck you, Slack.
See you, folks. Very nice, very nice. And just like that, we're
Ready,
done.
clear. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom, make a quick phone call. I'll be back.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're here with us. You can stick around, Jonathan. Like I said, we just bullshit for right now. Check our phone, see what the hell we've missed so far. Apparently, I have another new friend suggestion on Facebook.
Uh-oh. Those are the worst.
I'm going to start following you. You're going to get a bunch of, like, following stuff, especially on your, on your Instagram in the next couple of hours. Because I'm going to have, I'm going to have all of our pages follow you.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Because I was on your page, because Will sent me a link to you, because I was like, does he have a page? I'm like, what do we know about this guy? Because Will all of a sudden text me, like, I think it was Monday, he's like, I got a guest. Oh, Mr. Fred's followed you. Mr. Fred's followed you, Fretzelmania. He's like, I got a guest. You know? And I was like, who? He was like, yeah, it's dude I went to college with at a wedding. And I was like, oh, all right.
You're probably like, what the fuck, Will?
I was like, okay, so hold on, because you know some people I know, and I need to validate. Let me see, because I have a lot of shit going on right now. Who has messaged me? Oh, Tip of the Crown. What you can see right now, what I haven't updated, is so our post show is called the Tip of the Crown post show. Jonathan's on the screen. You will see a bunch of funny memes and tweets that myself and Fretz and other people find over the internet, and we put it in our Discord chat, and we just have a running slide going. Just random shit. Like instant. Rey Mysterio as an N64 controller is one of the most amazing threads I've ever seen.
It is.
Or Kai and Sky. All right, so let me see. Oh, the Washington Commanders are fucked. Oh, I knew about this, though. Credit Karma, no. Let's see. Because Will sent me your Instagram. There you go. I'm going to show this picture of you and your girlfriend.
Yes. Let's see. Yes, it is. So you can see I'm a big fan.
What's
All right.
Jay Valerio night?
Oh, time to leave.
Yeah, right up. Time to go.
Yeah, time to get out of here. Ugh. So I was supposed to be in the office today. Well, at least I would have been in the office today.
Yeah.
But Jill's in Singapore, so I'm working from home all week. Very light.
Don't you love it?
So, yeah, it's just like I don't need a shower, but now I really need a
Isn't
shower.
it great?
Yeah, I'm usually in the office Wednesday, Thursday, but I gotta remember to move my car.
Oh yeah, that's
It's typically like
probably a pain.
Hoboken street cleaning's like a scam. It doesn't need to be cleaned every week. It's really stupid. You probably clean like once or twice a year. But
they will still
recording.
fine you.
Yeah, it's just revenue for the city. That's why they do
Yeah.
it. That's really why they do it. But typically the street parking where I'm at, it's street cleaning is Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday, excuse me. So depending where I'm parked, when I leave work, I get dropped off on 14th Street in Willow by the car wash.
Yeah.
Then I walk over and move the car. But since I'm not in the office this week, I guess I gotta remember to go move it in the middle of the day. Well, tomorrow I'm in studio. I'm back in studio tomorrow, so I go to my car and drive to Montclair.
Gotcha.
Imagine get swept away.
Dude, if it ever gets swept away, because I don't think my car's in a flooding zone. But then again, all of Hoboken's a flooding zone, so who knows?
Right?
So far, I've only seen big puddles, but no crazy flooding. Like downtown gets really flooded.
Nice, good job, Paul. Sorry. So you remember PB Smooth?
Of course.
So smart man, right here. He got his name trademarked by the U.S.
A word, PB Smooth. It's going to be changed.
What's up? He can't anymore. He can say it's his property now.
No, I'm saying WWE would just change his name. But if he goes to AEW, he could use it or whatever the hell that works. But yeah, owning your name is definitely smart.
Yeah.
Does guarantee it's going to be changed, but owning it's smart. Also, PB Smooth, what a great name.
His character development's been going really well.
Is he a good heel?
I haven't. Oh wow.
Well, ask him. Oh, he's a friend of yours.
Yeah, I know he debuted a new darker character called the Ether.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's him in this really weird mask, but it works. He's currently the Rise champion. He actually does video stuff. It's like the keeper player announcements. But he's been doing great things.
People are saying this is the worst Dynamite episode all year.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Dude, I haven't watched Dynamite in weeks. I just don't care anymore about Dynamite. CM Punk ruined AEW for me. I'm not gonna lie.
They had John Moxley versus Lee Moriarty as for the championship eliminator match. I'm like, what the fuck? What has this man done to actually get
Lee Moriarty? Wow. So Jonathan, I'm looking at our mutual followers of people. You definitely know some people, but I mean, Joe, obviously. You know,
What?
yeah, there's frats. You know a lot of unicorns.
Oh, Dirty Deepers? Yeah, dude. Everyone in Greek life and Hawks like knows like 8 Deepers, dude.
I love Deeps are my homegirls.
Do I miss my Deepers? Not my Deepers. I miss Deepers.
The only Deeper that was really chill with you guys was Kara, right?
No, a lot of them are cool with us. They're our sister sorority.
Are they really?
Yeah. What's Deepers letters?
Delta Phi Epsilon.
Yeah, they have 2 of our letters. They have Phi and Epsilon.
Gotcha.
They're our sister sorority.
I thought Fido was their sister sorority, brother fraternity.
They can have 2. We can have 2 siblings.
So let me see. Let me see, Jonathan. You know Shayna, Braitman.
Yeah. What do we used to call her? No, we call her something else. I forget what it was.
Philly girl. She's probably having the time of her life right now.
Oh, Shane, what the fuck did we call her?
I've never called her Andrea, but I know her as Knox. Andrea, it's Andrea. I forgot what Andrea's maiden name was. She did get married and have a child. You obviously know Jab.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Jab, a Jenny.
I do.
Jenny Bukowski. Linda Lee Bowman, I know her entire family because I went to high school with all of them.
That's my girlfriend's big.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about Linda Lee and that entire family. I played football.
Oh, Linda Lee.
Linda Lee is amazing.
Minute.
Linda Lee is amazing. I graduated with her older sister. Her other older sister had a thing with my best friend for a very, very long time. I played football with her older brother.
Linda Lee knew how to drink, bro.
You don't. If you knew her family, you'd know why. Put it that way. Linda Lee is the shit. Wish her all the best. Her father was an interesting man. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, Jonathan's girlfriend is an AOB.
Linda Lee's Linda Lee's dad was an interesting man when he was alive. Interesting, simple, but he always had my respect and I had his. I know that for a fact. He did enjoy when I talked to him. You know Jenny Allen. She was a cool chick.
Good friend.
Mm-hmm. Michelle Zarafis or whatever the hell her last name is, who now works for like Suffolk County's like works for the Suffolk County executive. Like, how the hell did you get up so big in life? Like out of nowhere. She actually lives in my town. I actually need to hit her up and be like, hey, show me around. I've been here a year because I moved out to Bayshore.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I used to work in Bayshore.
Where?
On Spur Drive.
I don't know. I'm right by Main Street. Like I live like I'm between Sunrise and Main Street, so South Bayshore, you want to say, right by the ferries and shit.
I worked at the Best Buy for like a month before.
Oh yeah, I get all my shit there from Best Buy's my store.
Yeah, I was like, did it for like a month during the holiday season last season. I was like, yeah, hell no.
I'm about to get an air fryer from there next week.
Nice.
$60 right now. I was like, damn you, Black Friday.
Just don't tell them that you know me.
Literally, I am in and out of that place all the time. I'm in and out. Because if I stay at Best Buy for too long, I will leave with like $1,000 worth of useless shit. It's just a fact. You also, how do you know Justina is what I was going to ask you.
I used to work with her at we used to work for like this marketing firm years ago.
Oh well, yeah. Now she's a big girl in the city. She's just got a city job now.
Yeah, how do you know her?
Yeah, who doesn't? Dude, Ricky knows everybody.
Yeah, it's
Ricky has such a wide network. It's unbelievable.
It's very scary, to be honest with you.
She was a bartender in RVC.
She was. She just dropped that job.
Yeah.
I met.
It's like, damn, Ricky, you should start a fucking business, dude. You have so many connections.
I just don't have the capital. That's the problem.
Hey, that's why I started GoFundMe.
I just don't have the capital. Justina I met from the bars and we became really close for a very long time. I still talk to her from time to time. Justina's cool as shit. And also my homegirl Janelle.
Who's that?
Janelle Oppenheim.
Oh Oh,
5-6, Janelle.
yeah.
Damn, Astros got a 5-run fifth, take the lead. God damn.
And Mr. French, if you're going to say something about me, at least spell my name right. Yes, I was affiliated with some of the New York Islanders. Yeah, my network's kind of gross. If you think about it. Like, I don't think there's
I forgot how you knew the Islanders, Ricky. I forgot where those connections came
the
from.
bars.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's somewhere through the bars.
Yeah, Janelle is one of my friend. My friend Tommy used to date Janelle. That's how I know Janelle.
Yeah, I love Tommy. Shout out to Tommy P.
Tommy Provine, Tommy P.
Yeah, I love Tommy P.
Me, Tommy, and Joe used to be bar running mates all the time.
Do I remember when Tommy P met my parents?
He probably really like yoked it up with your parents too. Like, hi, I'm Tommy. How are you?
Oh, yeah, he did. Because you know what it was?
Because he was an orientation leader, right?
No. My parents are moving me in sophomore year.
Oh, and he helped
And,
the
like,
move in?
No, we saw him at a restaurant. We went to eat afterwards. We ran into him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really funny. Right before I helped you move in, it was like the weekend before.
Yeah.
I was down in Atlantic City, for vacation. I was in Ocean City. We went to Atlantic City, and we're walking into Caesar's Palace. And I see these three dudes walk out. One dude looks like Tommy P. But I wasn't 100% sure. And I was like, "Is that Tommy P?" I think I know that guy. We helped.
They had a couple of
Yo.
brothers that also look like him.
Yeah,
that was him.
So like when he was there helping you move it, I was like, "Yo, Tom, were you in AC the other day?" He's like, "I was." Like, I saw you. He's ready to say hi. I'm like, I wasn't sure. He looked angry too. He's like, "Yeah, I lost." I was like, "Yeah, that's why I didn't say hi." You looked pissed.
Rick, were you an MC for one of the bars in RVC?
One, if not all of them, but yes, the bar you're thinking about is Parlay.
We've met before.
Probably.
We have. Because I remember we were one time.
You're gonna have to
Joe
you're gonna have to jog my memory. So tell the story, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that happened."
I think they were like doing the was it foam? Like a foam party?
We did not do a foam party.
I forgot what it was,
not
but I
a
remember
foam
because
party.
Joe Moncada,
Dude, a phone party would be lit.
Foam
Though.
parties are
Joe
passe.
Moncada came in late and we didn't even we just ran into him there.
Okay.
And he knew you were emceeing that night. It's like we didn't have to pay like a cover.
It was like a Saturday, probably. It was just like it was like any weekend ending in Y. I was probably there. Yeah, you probably definitely have. I don't know, like if the voice jogs memory, but yeah, I probably was emceeing that night. We put on some for like the mid 2010s. We were throwing some fucking crazy nights there at Parlay. Remember we did I think one of the last years before the pandemic, we did Hostia Homecoming was there. That's when Will came. Well, remember
When was this?
we did like I think we did like it was like Hostia Homecoming weekend. And like the big party was at Parlay. That's when you like slapped me in the face as you were drunk, and I was like, "Don't do that again."
No, that was my birthday.
What's your birthday? Oh yeah, it was your birthday.
That was my birthday.
It was your birthday, but also like a bunch of other people were out that night randomly.
Yeah, dude, that was like a great mistake because we ate at the Nautical Mile.
That was your first mistake.
Oh,
that
I hate the mile.
Yeah, we ate at Jeremy's and we ate seafood because Frodo.
I know the owners.
Yeah, Frodo hooked it up.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, because you know Jared, the short bartender, looks like a hobbit, little hairy Jew. Yeah, he's a tep at Queens College.
Huh.
So
Really?
yeah, he hooked it up. It was like him and Shaggy were bartending. So yeah, Frodo hooked up at Jeremy's. We got a great meal. Then went straight to Parlay with open bar.
Yeah, since I got you open bar. Did I get you open bar or did Tommy get you open bar?
I think Tommy got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because right.
And,
I think you told me and I
You
said
and
talk to Tommy.
yeah. You told you to talk to Tommy. I talked to Tommy.
Yeah.
It was cheap too. It was pretty. I got it for free. The rest of them had to pay for it. It's pretty. It's like $50 or something.
Yeah, $50 for top shelf.
That's not bad.
Yeah, dude, we were kill. I can show you some pictures, John. You can just go through my Instagram, a couple down. You see the madness of shit that we should. And these are the pictures I was allowed that I posted just for shits and giggles. Like they were.
There was also my buddy Schrute had his bachelor party. This is after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Had his bachelor party on Long Island, and like we were bar hopping, and I was just like, let's just go to Parlay. So we ended his night with his bachelor party in Parlay.
It's not bad, dude. Like I said, we've had some legendary times at Parlay, dude.
That Wrestle Act Radio brunch too was amazing.
Oh yeah, the brunch I orchestrated before. Yeah.
It was expensive, but it was great.
Whatever, I didn't give a damn. We got the hookup.
The fact that you got so many titles, oh my god,
What's up?
it's crazy.
Yeah, but your titles, you're a title whore.
Listen,
Ricky.
there's only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Sorry, I lied.
I saw the UK title. Yeah, Jonathan. Him and Dave literally bought me the UK title. Yeah, it's a. I'll show you. It's right over here.
I have the WCW title. That's on
The world title.
I have the world title. The world title's sitting on top of one of my shelves.
No, not the classic one, not the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah, the older one.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna get the hardcore title. They sell it somewhere.
They sell it on WWE Shop. It's the only place where you can get it.
Yeah, one of these days, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason, because like we Dave and I, we had asked Will what his favorite title is. The hardcore champion. He's like, fuck, we can't find it. So we're like, all right, we'll give him the UK title.
Exactly. I said on a podcast, like the UK title, it is the prettiest belt they released in years.
Well, you got to hold on to it now, because that's good. It's not in circulation anymore.
Yeah, it'll be worth
Yeah.
something. I don't do anything with it. I just keep it on my desk here.
Clean it. Probably gets dusty.
Yeah.
Use
yeah.
Windex and a toothbrush.
Yeah, I got a computer duster. I was compressed air.
Windex it too, so you can clean off the metal, make it shiny.
It doesn't peel or anything.
No, it doesn't, but it's still metal.
Does it rust?
No, it'll get dust. It'll collect dust, so you got to shine it up real nice.
Yeah. Before I sell it.
Dude, you're very popular. Jesus.
No, I'll never sell it.
What's very popular? What are you looking at?
You're very popular.
Oh my god, please. I'm on a down.
We're
I'm on a
on
down
Legend
slope.
over
Yeah.
there.
You want to know? Like, just probably want to know how connected that Will knows that.
Oh, you know Sean Hammond? Oh, we have a lot of.
And when Will and I went to New Orleans on Will's first time on an airplane,
Not true. It was might be my second, maybe third.
we didn't even go to the place where we were staying at first. We went to a bar off of Bourbon Street because my friend from high school was living down there and was bartending.
Yeah.
But she wasn't even there, but her friend was, and he hooked us up.
Yep. That happens. That is a fact.
And then we went there the next day, and she was there, and she's like, "Oh, hey," and she's like, "Oh, I'll be right back." She comes back with like a full tray of tequila shots, and I was like, "All right." It was tequila shots and like coupons to get into a strip club, and I was like, "All right."
That's crazy. Man.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. There's a couple funny Joe stories from the bars too.
Damn, this looks like a gorgeous wedding.
What are you looking at?
Wow. The Red Barns weddings.
Oh, you look at all my titles. Okay, I see that.
One of my friends from elementary school. Actually, my brother's best friend, his sister, just got married today. Last weekend.
Nice.
Got married in Maine. Yeah, it's a gorgeous. I'm very happy for them. Two of them are really good.
Oh,
couple.
Jonathan, you want to hear an actual interesting story about Will and I in New Orleans, speaking of which, as I'm looking through my own Instagram, and now it's all coming back to me. So you remember when Elias did that pop-up concert on Bourbon Street?
Yeah.
We were the first guys to actually leak it on the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went live.
We went live.
On Twitter.
We went live on Twitter randomly because what happened, as the whole story goes, we were across the street, which in Bourbon Street language is we took 2 steps to the other side of the street.
We had to walk downstairs. All right, we're on the top floor. We're on the
because you
balcony.
wanted to be on a balcony in Bourbon Street. It was a dream of yours.
Thank God, because we wouldn't have seen Elias if we didn't.
Yeah, so we're on this balcony, and then we're just overlooking Bourbon Street, and then we see a camera crew, like, bust into the bar, and I saw the scarf, Elias' scarf, and I looked at Will, and I was like, chug, which is stupid, because you can openly carry on Bourbon Street, but just our New York sense was like, chug, we gotta go.
I don't think you could carry drink to drink from bar to bar though.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't. That's why you couldn't keep a tab.
That's why you couldn't keep a tab.
Yeah, you can't
That's
keep a
what it
tab on
was.
Bourbon Street because nothing stops you from walking out of the bar.
I just sit next to Noelle Foley to get the shot.
Yeah, we
too.
sat. We were next to Noelle Foley and Frank the Clown, who had a better camera at the time, so they started using his footage. But for like a day and a half, my phone was blowing up by the likes of Sports Illustrated and like ESPN, like wanting to use our footage.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Elias even screenshotted our thing as part of his like Instagram story the next day.
That's funny.
That was pretty cool. And they used other footage for the special though. That was a little lame.
Well, I'm in the special too because they had their cameras. I'm in the special because I'm next to Noelle Foley.
Yeah.
Well,
remember that.
didn't you try to heckle Elias and he fucking got back at you?
Hell yeah, yeah, dude. Of course I heckled Elias. He was a heel.
It was great. New Orleans is one of the best WrestleMania weeks that we ever had.
Like Will doesn't truly appreciate great wrestling. You know?
I was a big fan of Elias that weekend and every other weekend following.
Oh, sure.
You know, we ran into a lot of people on Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street was a great New Orleans is a great WrestleMania town.
Yeah.
You never.
I mean, my friend's on his honeymoon there right now.
That's a bad move.
No, they're doing one of those alligator like airplane like wind boat tours.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they gotta do some spooky stuff.
Yeah, voodoo, blah blah blah. I get that, but still. Yeah, you probably run into me from time to time at the bars, doing whatever, pouring shots down people's throats. It's a charmed life.
I ran into it wasn't a Grand Slam, it was like last year, maybe 6 months ago. I ran into MJF's mother at she was at the Dynamite show at the UBS Arena.
I was at that Dynamite show. No, I wasn't. Never mind.
There was a huge crowd around her, so I was like, "What?" And so like she was walking, and I was talking with her because I'm an idiot. That was when I first started watching AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally having a conversation with his mother without knowing who he was, like that.
Wow.
So
you talking about the first Dynamite at UBS or the second one?
I think it was the second one.
The one with the Owen Hart tournament kickoff?
Yeah, I think
Okay, yeah, I was not at that one.
No, it was one. No, it was the one. No, it might have been that one. It was the one where he got like a standing ovation in that battle royal.
No, I didn't go to. Was it the one where he had the intro video package and he imitated Punk coming back home?
Yeah.
Oh, I was at that one actually. Never mind. I was at that.
Yeah, and so yeah, she's like, just make sure whatever you do not boo my son. I was like, I got you, and he got like a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And it was funny. They did the battle royal, and it was like every time he would come in, yeah, and they would boo everybody. No, yeah, that's the one where Punk cut that promo on Long Island.
I don't know. I've got to remember.
Yeah, he cut that promo on Long Island and how Barry Trotz and the Islanders suck. And basically,
Oh, maybe I was not at that one.
Long Island like booed the shit out of him. It's like,
Listen, it's Long Island or nothing. You know that. I'm an MJF supporter through and through. I don't care. I don't care. He can say whatever he wants.
Even though it wasn't like that when I went to Arthur Ashe Stadium to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like, nah, screw Queen.
Oh my God, good old MJF.
Gotta love him.
Yeah. Oh, Will's taking a business call. Look at this guy. Making all that money. So you've been watching wrestling for that long of a time. So for me, I took a break. So when I didn't really take a break. I didn't say it fell out of favor. So around 02, 03, the beginning of I'm John Cena, Ruthless Aggression is when I stopped watching. I had just got into high school and college, and it was between high school and college, those 8 or so years, there was a lot of stuff going on. I was in sports, I was in clubs, puberty, women, there was a lot of things grabbing my attention. And then things calmed down for a little bit. I went back home. I started going to Hofstra for grad school. And I remember it like it was yesterday. So I went to grad school, as you know, for mental health counseling, and I had a bachelor's in psychology. So now my mind's warped. I see the world completely different now. And I was getting my car worked on at the time, and what ended up happening was I was bored because I'm one of those people like, oh, I'm getting my car worked on, and I'm not leaving the shop until you're done with it. Like I'm one of those people.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere because you have my car. Like, can't go anywhere. So I was on my tablet at the time, and it was around Rumble season. And WWE posted like the old Rumbles. And so imagine, so through my boredom waiting for hours of car, I started watching Rumbles that I missed, and then that turned into watching WrestleMania matches that I missed and stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm like, fuck, I'm hooked again. And so I started finding ways to wiggle wrestling back into my schedule. I would start watching like recaps on Hulu because I would go to grad school during the day, or I'd be either working.
Once Hulu Raw is gone, I'm gonna cry. No lie.
So I would watch it.
I'm just never gonna watch wrestling again.
And then I was like, oh, and then, but like the difference now compared to when I was younger, the fact that I know it's, a staged event, but like I understood it from a psychology perspective. And like what draws people in, and I was more heady about the business side of things.
Yeah. And you really learn why WWE has been so successful for so many.
Sometimes it was luck, like the first WrestleMania was luck.
That is true.
Sometimes it was luck, but other times once they figured out the formula, they have mastered it. They are one of the best entertainment companies in the world.
Oh yeah.
Will and I talk about this all the time. There is nothing better than a WWE promo package for a match.
Oh hell yeah, dude! It's the best part of wrestling is their production production team. It's unbelievable. It's second to none.
Their production team is absolutely fantastic, and like you can put that on a resume, like, oh, I work for WWE in production or something. You'll probably get hired really quickly because you have to work in such a fast-paced fucking environment that probably everything else is like, oh, this is easy. Would you tell me I have time to breathe?
Like, I mean, they're told what's coming beforehand.
Usually, yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
I mean, if it like,
I think they've also done a really good job at like building those larger than life stars. So essentially, like, before Hulk Hogan got fucking destroyed and started saying crazy shit, but he was like an international like sensation. Him.
He still is. He's still like
Hulk fucking Hogan, dude.
Ric Flair, and you move there to like The Rock and Stone Cold, and
John Cena.
Yeah.
And, John Cena too. I mean, and now you have Roman Reigns, and you have a lot of these.
Which they almost fucked up. They almost fucked up Roman. They almost fucked.
Oh no, they did fuck up Roman.
I mean, they fucked him up. They got. So what essentially really saved him
was cancer.
I think was cancer, and himself, because I think he was like, let me turn heel, let me join, Paul Heyman, and that duo really solidified.
Once he joined Paul, I was like, here we go. I was like, this is what, here we go. Because I think you're right. The pandemic hit, he took time off because he was immunocompromised, and no one was going to, like no one's going to stop him for that. And he also got his teeth fixed, which also takes time as well. Those implants, and everything like that. And I think during that time off, he really got deep into creative, and said, "Here's what I want to do." And he came back at the perfect time, and it's just been the best thing smoking ever since. Like,
crazy was there was 1 year, I forgot what year it was, that everybody wanted him to win the Royal Rumble. and he lost. He came in second place. I forgot which one it was. And everybody was pissed. And the next year when he was the favorite, they booed the shit out of him. It was the funniest thing in the world. He just like turn around.
What?
It's WrestleMania in New York. We booed him against
No,
Drew.
yeah, but it was the Royal Rumble. It was the Rumble
Oh,
that
15.
he lost.
That he won. That he lost. 14 was when he lost.
Yes.
Batista threw him out.
Yes.
Yes, and that's what caused it. Yeah. Because people were upset with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they booed the fuck out of Blue Tista.
That was when Rey Mysterio got absolutely booed.
Yeah, Philly destroyed him. Philly hurt his feelings.
Never booing Rey Mysterio. Who boos Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, yep, that's the line. 2014, thank you, Mr. Fretch. Yes. Oh man, yeah. Which I'm glad when Mysterio did come back to the company that he got a pop in Philly.
Oh,
I was like, oh, redemption. Will and I were there for that.
Yeah, but that's only because freaking the whole thing with Daniel Bryan, him being overnight sensation was fucking insane. It's like how big he got, you know?
Listen, there's a time, like, the fans will...
It was Team Hell No.
Team Hell No, yeah. He paid his dues, I mean, and it worked. It's what the crowd wanted, even though WWE will be like, oh, it was our plan all along. That was not the plan.
Fuck you. All right? Your bullshit made up plan. No, it wasn't. Shut the fuck up, Road Dogg. Remember Road Dogg said that in an interview? I was like, shut the fuck up.
They
idiot.
tried...
James over
they
there.
tried their hardest to not make him the main event of WrestleMania. They tried their hardest, and it never works. I'm glad they didn't, though.
So, like, that's why it's kind of like, and don't get me wrong, Daniel Bryan is one of my favorite wrestlers now, but it kind of stinks not seeing him in the title picture that he should be in AEW, you know? But
Yeah, there's a lot of...
it's like a long sauce there, you know? Like, he's just... He's there.
Yeah.
He's feuding with Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia, as I watched him wrestle, he beat Carmelo Hayes in his last indie match, as we sponsored that match. We actually sponsored that match for Carmelo Hayes before he went to NXT, which was really cool. And him and Daniel Garcia is a great talent. He is a green talent, though, and should not be on TV as heavily as he is. Daniel Garcia is tailor-made to be on NXT so that he can develop a little bit more. I don't think he's... Like, I see the potential of Daniel Garcia. I think there is something there, but he doesn't have it yet.
Do you feel that Wheeler Yuta is on the same, I guess, level as him in terms of you think he would be an NXT talent who needs more development as well?
I don't know too much about Wheeler, to be honest with you, because I don't watch AEW too heavily. You probably have to ask.
Oh my God.
You probably have to ask Willem. I know.
I think Wheeler's fine where he is.
So, like, I know about Wheeler because everybody talks about Wheeler as having this guy with a lot of good potential, but I haven't watched Wheeler, like, work.
They put him in a promo battle against MJF.
That's
and
not
I just
going to
started
work.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why would you do that? Wheeler, you're interrupting MJF? Like,
You know, yeah. There's one of those things that you like. There's one things for putting superstars and talent in sink or swim situations to see if you get the best of them. But if you see something in somebody as a potential future in your company or somewhere, you're gonna want to put them in situations where they have the biggest likelihood to succeed. Yes, you can challenge them a little bit, but you still got to put them in positions where they can easily succeed and move on to the next step. Or you can just send them to the fire, like what happened with The Miz when he forgot the phone number.
when was that?
Do you remember this? Or you probably remember this story. The Miz talks about it on one of his docs, where he talks about he was given, initially when The Miz came into WWE, they saw him as like a Ryan Seacrest character, because Ryan Seacrest was the guy at the time.
He didn't want to
He didn't want to do it, and so he started becoming like the host of like the Divas Search and all of his other stuff. And then there was some competition, it might have been the Diva Search or something, that WWE was doing, and The Miz.
It was Diva
Yeah.
Search.
And he was trying to cut this Diva Search promo at the top of the ramp, and he had to tell the audience what the number was, and he blanked on live television. Like, he blanked on... What's up? Yeah, he blanked...
I
Yeah,
remember.
he blanked on live TV, and as The Miz tells the story, he goes back to Gorilla, which is probably if I fucked up my line on live television and had to go back to Gorilla and walk through to Vince, I'm shitting myself.
I just won't come back. You don't need to tell me. I just know.
You're gonna walk to the side of the ramp, just out the exit of the arena.
Yeah. That's it. You had a good run, kid. Back to the real world. Not the TV show either.
You're gonna go out the side like Jeff Hardy did at that one live event for
Oh my
WWE.
god! I lost some respect for Jeff about that one. That was very childish on his part. But I guess the way that Miz says, you can interpret it any way you want. He went back. He was very apologetic to Vince because he was probably scared for his job. But Vince says, because he was like, "I'm sorry, this will never happen again." Blah blah blah. And Vince says, "I know, because you're gonna go out next week and do it again."
Like, I am? You sure?
You know, and it's one of those weird things where Vince has a bad rep of being like this crazy tyrant and like maniacal Mr. McMahon, which has been portrayed in like cartoons and stuff, and we do it on the show all the time. But I think Vince knew his talent that he needed to know.
Oh yeah.
And The Miz is an interesting case, especially if you look at his docs when he talks about himself. But I think Vince knew how to coach up The Miz so that even though he was scared of failing, I think Vince knew he was scared of failing, and he's like, the only way you're going to get over this is if you go out and do it again. And so it was like he pushed him, but he was still like trying to take care of him.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing you have to juggle when you're running a show like that, but that's also very scary. Like, it's just so. God, I wonder how much different Gorilla is now that Vince isn't there.
Oh, Vince is still there. He's just the card.
It's just that's the grumpy old man on the side.
Vince is gone. That's it. He's 100% gone. Especially considering that they just released it that he spent like over $14 million on his affairs. It's like $14.8 million.
Yeah, it's like $14 to him.
I mean, as long as he didn't rape him and use company funds, I don't care. It seems like he used company funds, so that's
what.
the
Yeah, it
problem
does
is.
sound like he might have as well.
And that's the case. Yeah, you gotta get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do that. They had to get rid of him.
Like Ricky, you saw what happens to the Celtics coach, right?
That was weird too.
The Celtics coach.
That was
Like,
weird.
There's definitely some details they didn't release because to be suspended for the whole season for just being in a relationship.
Well, he's gonna be with the
Which
Knicks
I would
now.
decline that because that is a horrible place to be right now. I do not want to be around anything related to the Brooklyn Nets at all.
Dude, Ricky, I'm gonna put this in our Discord
What?
right now. These Sami Zayn memes, like with Ucey and everything. Dude, some of them are just excellent. They're so excellent. I'll put it in the tip of the crown.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't want to. Hold on, let me see. Are you on Discord, Jonathan?
I have one.
Oh, you can join our Discord. We just talk a lot of BS. Sami Zayn, the Almighty.
Oos almighty.
It's so
so good. The Sami Zayn memes are so good. That's why I like the internet, dude. The internet's only good for memes.
By the way, well, I know you don't follow football, but did you hear about the Washington Commanders?
What they
Well,
do?
you know how their owners.
I know they
Well,
made,
you know,
they made a trade,
well,
right?
you know how their owner's a piece of shit. And he's
Yeah, I
like,
did know
I'm not
that.
selling. Well, the news came out a couple hours ago, but now him and his wife are considering selling. And you want to know why?
Oh, he's selling. What
The
scandal's coming
feds
up
are
now?
opening up a criminal investigation into him.
Oh, you are selling so quick. You're gonna need a lot of money to lose. Yeah, he's fucked. What are they investigating?
Financial improprieties. He's fucked.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the guy literally was like, he hired private investigators on all 30 NFL owners. What? Like what? And apparently he has dirt on all of them.
Yeah, too bad. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
yeah.
The feds are coming after him, and he's done.
Hey man, at least he didn't just do it to the black owners.
There are no black owners.
I know that's the joke, Ricky. Thanks.
Don't worry, Jay-Z's gonna buy a team.
I do not. Jay-Z's not need to buy a team.
Jay-Z he doesn't have enough money.
Well, yeah, they don't have enough yet. He'd have to be part. He would have to
They
be
don't
part
have
of a
enough.
partnership.
Like him and Beyonce don't
They'd
have
have to
enough
be
money.
part of a group of people. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. They have $1 billion. It's not enough.
Yeah.
They couldn't even buy the Jaguars.
Well, yeah, no, you're not. Do you want to buy the Jaguars?
How are they doing this year? They have a winning record.
But they are a lot better. Maybe because
They're close. They have like what, 3-4
maybe
wins.
because their coach isn't going out and like touching college girls in his off time.
Dude, I love that the Jets are a 500 team, but they still can't beat the Patriots.
Oh, that was.
Oh, no, the Jets have a good record.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, they're what? They're
They
5
lost
and
to the
3.
Patriots though.
They lost to the Pats, which they always do. Belichick's like, oh, I haven't lost all of them. Belichick's like, I can't pick a quarterback, but I can still beat the Jets.
They can't.
Hold on, I need to tell you about Jerry Rice's.
I know his stats are unreal.
They were crazier
Sorry, I
in
don't-
college.
I know Jerry Rice.
They were crazier in college. Let me see. Jerry Rice college offense.
All right, guys. I'm also.
Are you getting out of here?
Yeah, take a shower.
I feel you, dude. Listen, man. Thank you for coming on the show. You'll definitely follow us. You know, we post up all the time. You can follow all of our links as you can see below. Buy some merch so we have good merch. Our merch is actually really comfortable, especially our hoodies. I will tell you about our hoodies are fucking phenomenal.
I do like
Yeah,
our
I need to
hoodies.
get some more.
Yeah, dude. I'll send you the links once it's out tomorrow.
Yeah, if you
morning.
go on any of our socials, our links are all there. They're all connected.
Yeah, I think I follow
Yeah.
you guys now. But if you guys ever need a guest,
Definitely,
let me know.
man. Will, dude.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you so
dude.
much.
We always like yes.
Sure, man.
Whenever Case internet kicks
Yeah.
out, I'll shoot you a text. Like, yo, hop in. You got 10 minutes.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Ricky,
You're
I'm
gonna have to. I
too.
was gonna send you.
I gotta do the same thing. Shower. Text me Jerry Rice's stats. I know they are.
Yeah, I'll text you his college stats. They are gross. But everything should be uploaded and all that fun stuff. So
Oh shit, Lee, let me do that.
yeah, you should probably do that. Like upload our shit.
Yeah, I edited it. I didn't upload it.
My God, Jay Rice has 197 touchdowns.
College career.
No.
College?
All in the NFL.
I was gonna say, motherfucker. 314. All right, it's uploading right now.
Jesus. It's called the Satellite Express. There you go. Satellite Express is one of the craziest offenses I've ever seen in my life.
Day before Thanksgiving, obviously I won't. Actually, day before Thanksgiving, I could be. We gonna do a show Thanksgiving week? What are you doing?
I'm not
Anyone?
going anywhere.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving.
No.
Not going anywhere. Alright, so we can do a show the 23rd, and the following week I might not be
Yeah.
there. I'm back in Vegas last week of November.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right, man.
I'll talk to
Take
you
it
later.
easy. Let's get out of here. Toodles, guys.
Midnight music.